in the quiet at night, with my heart laid bare, something stirring inside, like a silent prayer. You gave me this flame, a purpose divine. Lord, help me remain in your design. Keep my lamp burning, oh, keep my lamp burning right, keep my lamp burning, oh, till I see your light, till I see your light. Every moment I breathe, every step that I take, all the truth I believe, all the choices I make, you fill me with grace, a vessel refined. Now I seek your face, lead out behind, keep my lamp burning, oh, keep my lamp burning.
Hello, everyone. It's good to see you guys. Thank you for coming. We are joined by Roger. Hope you're doing well, mister.
I am, sir. And yourself?
Doing great. Thank you very much. And excuse me, it's good to see everybody in the YouTube lands. Please do hit the likes, share the show, because, this is going to be a doozy. It is part 2. We are just carrying on from part 1 from last night because obviously we didn't finish. What are your thoughts on part 1 there, Roger?
I didn't get much out of part 1, to tell you the truth. I didn't see any kind of rebuttal to speak of that she made up on your show. So not much. I didn't get anything of value out of it at all. Did you?
No, because I didn't really see any rebuttal from her, to be honest. I didn't see actual proper exegesis from anything. Scripture. What I saw was a lot of insinuation and bigotry. That's practically all I saw. And ignorance.
I'm with you there, yes.
I do see her as a heretic, though, because she's not preaching what the gospel preaches. So, yes, she would be a heretic.
Well, I think she's on a path to get to where she needs to go. At least she's looking at it.
She's on the right path, at least. Yeah, exactly. I just want to say thank you, guys. 16 votes are a cupcake is a heretic. Yes, 31%. No, 62%. Not sure, 6%. The community so far, Candidat is number 1. He is sitting at position 1. Copium sitting at position 2. Roger, you sitting at position 3.
Ooh.
Closely behind you is PJ.
Huh.
So yeah.
Really, is Sean not part of the community? Come on.
He's right at the bottom at the moment.
Ooh.
So he's got some catching up to do.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you ready to carry on and start this and see what we can do?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Atheists, I find religious discussions interesting. It's when they cross over into science and insert the religion into science that gets frustrating. But death, only KJV, only kind of vibe. A debate between Mikey and Flatzoid on religion. I'd pay for that. Yo, Geek G with...
Yes, he is... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Who exactly? That's what he says?
KJV, only kind of vibe.
KJV.
A debate between Mikey and Flatzoid on religion. I'd pay for
Mikey? Which Mikey is he talking about?
He's talking about Mikey Smith. Yeah, Mikey's not a religious person. he's kind of like he's got a lot of questions about it. He doesn't have any religion to speak of. So yeah, he kind of got into an argument about me about containment, and I said it's in the Bible. Basically, that's what he takes it as, like our what we call the dome or the container of the atmos we have. He thinks that's a religious thing. I was frustrated. I was trying to explain it to him. You can't have air pressure without containment. And that would be the antecedent to the question. But I mean, as that goes, he still doesn't look at God like he's a person or an entity at all. He thinks that, I guess, nature created nature in a way. That's kind of the way he views things. I don't know why that would. That's not your stance. I don't know why this person he's talking about is conflating himself between the two other people. Make your own mind up for yourself. You know.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Mikey
I just want to point out, no, I'm not a KJVist only. I do. My favorite translation is still the KJV, but it doesn't mean I'm a KJV only. I mean, I've got different translation Bibles, and the reason I use KJV on with the blue letter is because it's got the Strong's linked to it, so it's got the lexicon linked to it to be able to, look at the root words. If I put it to New King James, it's not going to do that. If I put it to certain translations, it doesn't give me the lexicon option.
It's easier to work with.
And I enjoy the KJV language, to be honest, sir.
But I mean, if you want to get real literal, you just go read the Hebrew, and you could learn how to speak Hebrew, read Hebrew, and you read the original text.
Yeah.
But you don't have to do all. You're an Englishman, so as it goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's good to see you all, guys, in the YouTube lands. If I haven't said hello yet, sorry. Good to see you guys. You guys rock. Please hit the likes and share the show. Let everybody know we are live. Really appreciate you all. Okay, let's carry on.
For that. Yo, Geek G with
Yes, he is. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Geek G just gifted five memberships to the Drunk Debunk 312.
4 major signs. It's not your first time living on the earth.
Oh, I see this all the time. It's so rubbish. I don't know if you've seen this.
No, I
Lately,
don't know what it is.
you've seen this. These are the major signs showing you how you've been reincarnated. It's like, oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where are they?
Total nonsense.
In past life, you were.
I was a gecko in a past life, and I crawled around walls.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And Jay Donachie, thank you so much for those gifted subs.
Okay. Let's get to the actual.
It says this is going to be a long section to discuss. I love it. All right. Oh my God! What the fuck, Max V? Max V with another 5.
Okay.
Simon. And
You think you tone down the vulgarity?
memberships. Thank
easier
you.
to watch.
Sorry?
If he would stop cursing so much, he would be easier to watch, dude.
Yeah. It does make it a bit hard because it doesn't stop.
Nope. Alcohol. A strong drink is raging, isn't it? Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wine is a
It
monster.
helps out Mike's channel.
But like I said, the guy's claiming to be a Christian and he just has a lot of profanity, drinks to get drunk, and takes God's name in vain. That's not very Christian-like.
You'll know them by their fruits, right?
Mm-hmm.
And really helps him get the alcohol for the Drunk Debunk show. So we all appreciate it very
Okay.
today was the YouTube page.
Okay. Can we get to the actual thing?
Got a vinyl mobile.
I need to use.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
What he's talking about
yeah.
now is he actually got. Anyway.
Can I just add something right quick, Flats? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like and share the show, people. Come on.
Yes,
It
guys.
ain't bad.
Please do it. I was going to say what he was actually talking about, Jay, is he's paid someone on Fiverr to create a vinyl wrap for his car that he calls the Globemobile.
Is he watching Mikey too much? Is that what it is?
So yeah, he's gonna drive around with what he calls the Globe Mobile.
Oh, boy.
Crazy.
Why would you go so far with it? I mean, if it's a fact, I'm going to be honest with you. Why would that bother you that much to go get a vinyl wrap for your car that says you're on a globe?
Yeah. Doesn't make sense, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Take your time and just give me a poke on Discord when you're.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right, we'll be right back, guys. BRB.
Oh, now it's gonna play some music. But she had to go to the bathroom or something. Okay. Should come on.
Oh, good God.
Oh, come on.
Whatever. All right.
Okay.
All right. I see.
You need to co-host.
Okay.
Just come in here. What outside interferences? I have to blame it on user.
Okay. Can we get to where it's actually?
All right. Are you ready to continue?
Yes,
Kevin?
please. Thank you.
I mean, I don't want to. I don't. Oh, I'm deafened. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I didn't know I deafened
Oh, it's
myself.
okay, sweetie. No, you're okay.
Also, I don't mean to make you any nervouser, but MC Tunes in the chat. So.
Oh, hi, MC Tune. I love your videos. I watch them after they've come out. 'Cause-
That makes all the sense in the world why she is the way she is.
McToon?
Yeah.
Come on.
But just saying, well, now you know why she is like she is.
Okay. It explains a lot.
It explains a lot.
I like to listen to you. You're very funny to listen to while I do dishes. I appreciate you so much.
Yes, we love MC Tune here.
And I love ads, too.
Yeah. Game of Thrones. Ooh.
Well, at least you got a nice.
And he says thanks. Thanks.
Aw.
Our cuppy runneth over. Says DPD Bunks.
Oh, how fun.
DPD Bunks, do you watch Let's Game It Out at all? Because I love
Oh, what did I do?
I don't know.
Press the wrong button. Sorry.
runneth over. Says DPD
Okay, get back.
G-
Can we get to
cuppeth. Actually, he's from
For sure.
That's one thing I can't stand on this guy's show. They just talk and talk and talk nonsense and don't get to the actual subject.
It's more of a social thing, right? You know, like, come over and have a drink with me. We'll have a talk.
I mean, yes, even we go off tangents sometimes, but these guys go like they talk about the most idiotic nonsense and they just carry on and carry on. It just never ends.
Like a bunch of old women. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Leo Minster Lemonster. It's was
Funny at this. I'll make
and for like
just fine.
yeah, she just said it. Worcester Fiddler on.
You say
What's your favorite
Like
movie,
Bart.
Flat? What's your favorite color?
Okay.
Do you like
An
cotton
American.
candy?
Mike Timmy fell down the well.
What was your first bedding color you had as a child? Come on, just get to the actual subject. You know what I mean?
What's your first dog's name? Come on, tell me.
Yeah.
and see where Pharaoh was going after the Israelites.
Ah, okay.
And he-
Finally, they actually get to something.
The first way,
Where the original Lemonster is. I got to put my high five.
Okay.
English for the win.
Pixar didn't happen. Was all right. Yeah, sorry. All right. Wait.
Sure,
What?
the next stop is at 22 minutes.
Yes, we are like 5 seconds away from that. All right, let's go.
Sphere according to scriptures. According to all the civilizations of this time, there was still no sphere. Now notice these texts from the Torah were written way, way, way before the Greeks came to even conjure up to talk about a spherical nonsense.
And that's you. What do you have to say on that?
Okay, so next he's going to start talking about waters and what waters are. So waters can be used several biblical ways. So the first way is water that is swam in or that ships, I cannot say that word, I apologize, sail in is the first way. So Genesis 7:6 talks about the flood that covered the earth. Noah was 600 when the floodwaters came over. I'm just going to bullet point these, but we can definitely talk about them more.
Mhm.
These are all passages that refer to water as water that is kind of swam in or that ships sail in. I'm going to get clipped so many times.
I just wanted to point out. She's trying to say, well, water is used in certain ways in different parts of the Bible. No shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, but it's referring to the same water. Water is water, people.
Yeah, but it's in context compared to how it's used.
Yeah.
This is in context to creation of actual water. Physical water. God physically hovering over physical water.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're going to see how desperate her straw clutching is here.
Exodus 14, discussing the Red Sea, where Pharaoh was going after the Israelites, and he parted the Red Sea to help them escape from the slavery of Egypt. Jonah, where it talks about the crew throwing him into the waters to stop the storm. Matthew 3:11, where it discusses being baptized with water. Verse 11 states, I baptize you with water for repentance, but he who is coming after me is mightier than I, whose sandals I am not worthy to carry. He will baptize you with fire and the Holy Spirit. Baptism is another way that is where water is used. So it's used in baptism to describe a spiritual transformation.
Thank you very much. But what has this got to do with the argument I'm making?
Nothing at all.
Nothing. Yeah, she's just talking about a whole bunch of verses that have water in them. So she probably went and said, let's look for verses that has water. Okay, great. Now you're reading all the verses out that just got water in them. What has that got to do with Genesis 1, verse 2 that we're just reading out?
Not a thing, man. But I mean, if John was going around baptizing people in sand, they probably wouldn't be alive.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Ezekiel 36:24-25 states, I will take you from the nations and farther you from all the countries and bring you into your own land. I will sprinkle clean water on you, and you shall be clean from all of
Solve and Sean should have debates, 10 to 3 minute. I agree. They're both in chat right now. If you guys want to come on, we can always change this to a Solve versus Sean debate. We're more than happy
let's
to
do it. Come on.
because it's gonna be more fruitful than listening to this nonsense anyway. So if you want to do it, guys, link is on top. More than happy to moderate and let you guys say what you need to. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm coming back.
Always 2 seconds, right quick. 1, 2. All right. He's not back. Oh no. What do I do? I'm looking for a monster right now. He's AWOL. He'll be right back. I got to call Ryan.
Sorry about that. Children still running around awake.
That's almost 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Hey, son.
What's up, Suave? Good to see you.
What's up? I was wondering what you was watching, the drunk debunk chunk of shit show.
It was quite crazy, man. Lucas is in the house. What's up?
Luca?
My name is Luca.
Hello.
Hello,
everybody.
What are you doing, man?
Hello.
Do you think Sean Hawkins is going to come in now that you're here, Sov?
Come on,
I
John.
don't know, what was that about? He was like, he wanting to do what? Debate me about something?
I don't know. It sounds like he's got beef with you.
Well, I don't know. I didn't even know he was still alive. I figured he'd probably dead by now, but I guess he's still around.
You know, if he shaves, he looks younger than you. So.
Well, that's fine. You know, you stop aging when you die.
Yep.
So
It's true. No, what we've like been pointing out with this cupcake, whoever this person is a big McToon fan.
Oh, good
Now, I
Lord.
wonder why she's so ignorant to scripture.
Right there tells you that there's something wrong with her head. Ain't
Yeah.
something right going on there.
Also explains why she's so bigoted.
Poison the egg.
Yep.
But I mean, if watching in some kind of
You're
an
unthinking.
effeminate artard, is your thing, then by all means, go for it. Be a Toon fan.
Well, she is a preterist, so that alone is a big issue. So
Actually, yeah. Can I say something to Sol first?
yeah, go ahead.
Right ahead.
I'd like to hear your argument for why traveling in a car and driving in a car are different.
Because driving is a commercial term. Driving is is an act of commerce. Traveling is not.
What's a commercial vehicle?
Okay, the commercial vehicle, like if you're a truck driver and
Mhm.
you are utilizing the roads for commerce, like a taxi driver or an Uber or a
Mhm.
semi truck or a milk truck or an ice cream truck or whatever, those people are driving. They are trafficking goods and services. And therefore, they are engaged in a commercial activity called driving. The normal everyday person is taking their personal conveyance from one location to another, is not driving, they are traveling.
But traveling in the driver's seat
Well, you can
while
call it a
operating
driver's
a
seat, you can
vehicle.
call it an operator's seat, you can call it the front left seat or the front right seat. You can call it whatever you want. The fact remains that driving is a commercial act and traveling is not.
Driving is a commercial act. It's a commercial.
If I go from
really.
here, if I
Driving is
take my Jeep to go from here to my aunt's house just for a visit, okay? What commerce is taking place? What act of commerce am I engaged in by doing that?
Well, none, I
Okay.
guess.
So
You
let's
are
not use an automobile, okay? Let's use a horse. Am I driving that horse?
you're
I'm
riding that
riding the
horse.
horse. That's correct. I'm not driving the horse, am I? If I use a bicycle, am I traveling on a bicycle or am I driving a bicycle?
Well, it depends,
It
really. You
absolutely
could
depends on
be
whether or not you're engaged in an act of commerce or not.
no driving. Okay, to me, the term driving is just
Well, it doesn't matter about what it is to
operating.
you. It's what it is to in legal terms.
Yes, but every time a person has been caught traveling in a car and the police pulled them over and they say, "Oh, I don't have a license," that doesn't usually
It
work.
does.
They still
My
get
son does
still
it. My
get
son does
ticket.
it all the time.
You can win in court for that.
They still get
Easy.
tickets and give to court as well.
You fight it.
So it doesn't really work.
You want to bet?
Well, yeah. If you can give me a case where
Several
someone has
cases. I'm not going to sit
not
here and look
gotten
them
a
up for you
ticket.
because you're ignorant on how the thing works. You just stated that it never works. It does. My son does it all the time. I just ran across the thing on Twitter here the other day where it was talking about that. I don't know if I saved
Oh yeah,
it.
Can
I
you
don't know
show
if I
me?
saved it or not. I'll have to look.
Oh yeah. So speaking of Ryan, he's still got to get back to me on that debate he wanted to do with me.
Oh yeah.
All right.
It was a
Well,
while back.
Oh, what's Ryan? What are you and Ryan going to be debating
Not
about?
Ryan, his son Ryan.
my son's name is Ryan.
Oh, oh.
No,
I think meant why an S in chat.
Can I ask Sal a question
Okay.
right quick? The reason they word it like that for drivers is for insurance purposes and lawyers. And the state makes money off of this too in the process. You have to register your car, you have to register your license with the state, you have to pass exams, pay fees to do it. That's the only reason they word it like that. That's the only reason they have those, not laws. Those are, what do they call those when they're not laws?
Statutes.
Yeah. They have the statutes on books so they can actually fine you for it. It's not actually a law. It's all it is.
It's code enforcement. It's policy. It's not law. That's why the police are called police. It's policy enforcement. It's not law. Man cannot create law. Law has already been created. It's established. Man can only make dictates and policies. Can't make law.
So I guess Sean's not in chat anymore. Looks like he ran away.
Oh, he ran away.
As soon as you came,
blew his mouth off, and I showed up. Oh my God!
I wonder why that is.
Because he's a freak, man.
Well, I don't know if you saw the other night he came on here, and we're talking about the level.
No, I didn't catch that one.
I suggest watching it.
You missed the fun one.
He was very triggered.
Well, yeah. Listen, I'll tell you what. Somebody come on a job site I'm on talking about level is curved. You're going home. You're not doing it. We're not having you. It's not, level is not curved. Level is a condition. Okay, it's an orientation. That's all. Level is an orientation. That's why they say, well, flat doesn't mean level. You're absolutely right, because a wall can be flat, a canted wall can be flat, a roof can be flat, but it's not level.
No.
Okay?
But the condition of level is flat. That's what they don't get.
Right.
It isn't curved.
Wait, did you just say
up,
that?
PJ?
Did someone just say that level and flat aren't the same thing?
That's correct.
No.
That's what we
Flat
keep
does
saying.
Flat does not mean level, but level
Yes.
Yeah.
You understand that?
That's what we keep
No, Luca, you're not understanding. Flat can be any. It can be a flat surface, can be anything. But level has to be flat.
It's an orientation.
What?
Level is an orientation.
Level doesn't have to be flat.
Are your walls flat?
By definition.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, by
definition is flat.
Horizontal line. Horizontal line. Lines, not spline. Okay.
But that's a definition.
No, it's not a definition.
The
it's
definition.
The definition.
But there's multiple definitions you could use.
Yes, a level can also be an object. It's an object for finding that condition, that orientation. Walls are flat, but they're not level. They're plumb, which is perpendicular to level.
Exactly.
Yeah, 90 degrees. If I'm building a foundation, that's off. Would I build a curved foundation?
But not unless you want water running everywhere.
Can you?
You're going to have to level something out. You're going to have to end up fixing it somewhere.
Yeah. Can I just quickly say, like Sean asked me something earlier, and he said, I don't know if he's still in chat, but Sean asked.
No, you ran away.
Oh, did he? Well, he asked why that I don't have a go at Sov for swearing on here, but I have a go at him. I had to go at him because he's vile with it. He comes in straight away and starts, effing this mofo. When Sov swears, it's because he's got a little hyped up and he's not swearing at people individually, calling them this and calling them that constantly. So I've got no right to correct him on it. But if you're coming in being vile, of course I'm going to correct you. Simple.
It's not the word itself, it's the intention.
How you use it.
The intention behind it.
Exactly.
And that's with every word. That's with every word. That's why words are magic.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
You take words and take that S off the back and put it on the front. What do you have? You got a sword.
Yeah.
Hey, can I say something, Luca? My bird's better than yours.
Yeah, real quick.
Okay, you guys want to have some carry on with? Hey, Pateron's back in. Hey,
Oh,
Sean,
yes.
the link is above. Sob is here for you. PJ is here for you. Everybody's in. I'll even keep quiet tonight so you can have your discussion with him. Sean, come on. We'll just moderate.
show you what I've been busy doing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen this video. It's ace, man. This is what you've done to this flat. This house is ace, man. Beautiful.
That's the one.
Look how not curved those floors are.
Yeah.
No.
All this floor through here. We got a threshold still to do. We got this.
Really neatly done, man.
Brilliant.
Through here.
You can
I
set
did
the table
all the trim, all
Yes,
the
sir.
flooring.
I hope
Nice
you
and
carry yours
clean.
out. and
Vicky,
just-
Vicky loves these tiles here in the bathroom. These tiles on
Oh
the.
yeah, that's nice.
She loves them.
Oh yeah, it looks like it looks like
Marble.
granite.
Yeah,
Marble, sorry.
nice.
It's got
Very
the
nice.
plastic still on it. Got to let it set.
Mm.
I had to keep
Is
my
it-
eye on. I had to keep my
Is
eye
it
on.
resin?
He wanted to pull that plastic off so bad. I said, "You can't pull it off so much."
Wait till the glue dries.
Did all these cabinets. We did all these cabinets here.
Nice.
They chose a nice color there.
Mm.
I
So
love that
you could
gray.
set a table in that room, Saab, and it would lay. You could lay stuff flat on it. It would stay level.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
there you
why,
go.
that's why there's a lot of steps on that.
Wait. Should we do a cupcake?
Look at all this. Look at all this. This shower install we did.
So I'm going to do a cupcake. I'm going to say that it's so shameful. How is this glorifying God?
Oh, she says that. Oh my god.
Well, Jesus was a carpenter, wasn't he?
He
So-
certainly was.
Just following in his footsteps. That's all.
Follower of the way.
That's what we've been busy doing. That's not the burnt house. That was a rental house. And listen, that place was messed up from the previous tenants, really bad. There was holes in the wall. There was holes in the door. There was that kitchen was a nightmare. That kitchen you saw with the nice counters.
Hey, you worked on that for long there, for quite a while.
Yeah, we've been about a month on that.
Yeah.
You know, between that and doing that burned down house too.
I just want to give a shout out to Eddie Banjo right quick. There you go.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, neat.
I'm putting him on screen.
Hey, wait. Let me put up. You got a shirt. Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Nice, man.
Oh, don't tell me he gave you a shot mirror reversed.
No.
I put it back. There we go.
I
Perfect.
could have done that.
Oh no! Look at this, guys. Look at Sean's ignorance. No, Jesus was the son of a carpenter. Jesus was a scholar. Oh my word!
Oh my goodness. Jesus followed in his stepfather's footsteps. He was
He
a
literally
carpenter.
became a carpenter, Sean. You were wondering those years that Bible doesn't speak what he did when he didn't preach. He was doing carpentry.
Wow.
I don't know
my
why he's
word.
got to be so contradictory about everything, dude. Like,
Because he's possessed by demons. That's why.
Oh, that's evident. That's evident.
But yeah, Sean, like I said, the link is above. You can come in and you can talk about your pain, man.
I thought he was wanting to talk shit about me. Was he wanting to debate me about something or
I
what?
don't know. Apparently, he's got some beef with you. So
Like I said, I didn't even know the guy was still alive. That's sad. He's got to be like that. Anyway, I've worked for Jewish carpenters. They don't pay good.
overhead.
Yeah, there's a lot of overhead. It's like a little Jewish boy went up to his dad and said, "Dad, can I borrow $20?" He goes, $20? What do you need $15 for? Where am I going to get $10 to give you?
Interest, my friend. Interest.
I've never heard that before.
Mark 6:3. Is this not the carpenter, the son of Mary, and the brother of James and Joseph and Judas and Simon? Oopsie.
Yeah.
Did he say he was a carpenter?
Being shown to be wrong so many times in
I
such
know.
a short amount of time. That's got to be devastating to the ego.
And let me just see what everybody can see why I read Mark 3 verse 6. There we go.
Wow, that was amazing. Elder Bear's his number one fan in the chat, though, it looks like. Sean
Yeah.
is number one.
Why you look candid?
Just because he's the only guy in his chat, it doesn't mean that.
No. Elder Bear, you wrote it wrong. It's spelled this way. I'm gonna quickly write it.
Ryan said Sean is number 2. Number.
Literally.
No, that was a good one. Thanks. Who's racist in the room? Can I get a show of hands right quick? Anybody in here racist? Come on.
Oh, for goodness.
I know.
I saw this guy had took and convinced his nephew that race car drivers were known as racists. The kid went and told his parents when he grew up he wanted to be a racist.
But really, if you look at the word, like, if you're a cyclist, you're on a cycle. So if you're a racist, you should race.
That's I brought that up before. That's more of that word magic, right?
Yeah, good.
Because outside of the context of ethnicity, a race is a competition to be first,
Yeah,
be ahead of the rest, right?
yeah.
And so by calling ethnicities a race automatically kind of seeds that in your mind that you're in competition with other ethnicities.
Yeah.
It's a subtle subconscious thing, but yeah, it's there.
In the grand scheme of things, you don't have to be. There's nature is not really that competitive. I mean, maybe for species, but overall, you don't have to compete to live, do you?
No. Be number one for what? And that's the thing that gets me where you hear all the politicians all the time talking about we're progressing. When will we have become progressed?
Progressed,
When
yeah.
is it? When do we hit that line? When do we hit that spot? People don't think about what they hear or even what they say. You hear these people are all running around going, "Make America great again." And like, when was that? Because everybody's going to have a different idea as to when America was great. And the big question is, was it ever really great? And what defines greatness?
True.
I mean, are we great because we go around and beat the shit out of everybody? No, that doesn't make a person great.
No.
True power comes from having the ability to totally decimate someone and choosing not to.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
So yeah, Sean's too scared to come in because he's calling us racist and anti-Semitic.
I'm not an anti-Semite. I'm an anti-Zionist. What the fuck is wrong with you? Do you not know the difference, Sean?
He doesn't.
Do you even know what a Semite is?
Don't you dare say the F word in here, so don't you dare.
Calm down.
Don't you know what a frickin' Semite actually is? Descendants of Shem, right? Come on. Stop using Marxist buzzwords. I know you live in California, the land of the left, but you might want to understand the etymology of your Marxist buzzwords that you use. Homophobic, anti-Semite, all this other stupid shit that they come up with. Anti-vaxxer.
Homophobic, like you're scared of. Well, it's not even scared of a gay person. Homo doesn't mean that, really, does it?
No. Fear of self.
Fear of self, yeah. Maybe that's why they wanted to attribute that word to ourselves, as in we're all homosexuals. Is that what they want us to do? No,
I think that term came from a political thing with two congressmen who were running against each other, and one of them said one was a Homo sapien, and everybody, oh no, he's gay.
Oh my God, you're bent about. You know what? He says makes excuses for his disgusting language. Well, why do you watch? If you find it so reprehensible, you find it so disgusting and everything, Sean, why the fuck do you watch? I mean, why the frick do you watch?
Well, I find that very hypocritical of him because I don't know anybody that swears more than him, to be honest.
Oh my God.
Every second word, mofo. He thinks he's Samuel L. Jackson, I'm telling you.
Yeah. On this plane.
I'm tired of all these. God,
They did a documentary called.
listen, I grew up in a time. Listen, we watched Archie Bunker. We watched The Jeffersons. You know, you could never get those shows out on TV today. And you know, I'm equal opportunity. I make fun of everybody, including white people. You know, it doesn't matter. And this little touchy feely. If you're so caught up in your to laugh at me, no, it seems to me that you get upset at me, Sean. That's what it is. You like to be upset because you're a negative human being and you're possessed by demons. They need that food. That's why you do it. So you have to live with that all day, every day.
Andy's scared to face you, man.
I know. He would have clicked that link and come on up here.
Yeah. I think he wants to be a superhero and eliminate flat Earth. He's going to save the globe or something.
You want to be a superhero? Yeah, never mind. I don't want to go there.
Oh, well, you missed a chance. TFE already debunked the globe, didn't it? You know, they're the superheroes.
Oh, yeah.
They debunked the flat Earth. I mean, they actually debunked the globe, but there you go.
Well, what did Duffy say again about the sun?
Oh, he said it don't have nothing to do with the shape of the Earth.
Okay.
What was his little
Do you know why he said that?
Because he's a lying piece of crap.
Because he's got double standards, Luca. He's got double standards because he expects everybody. He expects everybody to appease his straw man false dichotomy, and expects us, and doesn't need. Well, let's put it this way: he expects us to follow his straw man false dichotomy, but in the same way, expects he's not supposed to fall for the same false straw man false dichotomy.
So, Luca, you're about to make up an excuse for Duffy. What is the excuse?
But the sun doesn't, like the actual sun itself, doesn't have anything to do with the globe and flat
That's not what he said.
Why did he spend a bunch of money to go to Antarctica, Luca? Why did he go to Antarctica?
The sun itself doesn't.
Well, then why did he bother going through this?
So why did he bother? Why did he bother doing the TFE?
It's about the movement, not the sun itself.
Okay, Luca, I tell you what, you join me in December, go to Antarctica, we'll live stream the 24-hour sun, as it said, and you can see it for yourself, dude.
So
they manufactured more than half of what they filmed. That's all we're going to. That's all I want to do.
If you go down there and see the 24-hour sun, what would that do for you?
24 hours.
Right, but Luca, what is looking right? It doesn't matter whether it's a movement of the sun or just the sun. You're still looking at the sky to prove the shape of the Earth, and that was his point in that debate as well. Oh, hey, Sean, you can't be talking about the sun in the sky when you're talking about flat Earth. That's you know what I mean? He called it as a fallacy. False equivalent, yeah.
I just want to say thank you, Roper Bearing, for your 10 USD. Really appreciate the super chat, man. Really appreciate all the support. He says, just sending best wishes and greetings. Being too busy of late, but always willing to offer controversy to those who need, or if we have just treading water. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Roper. You rock. Much blessings, man. Really appreciate you. Yeah.
If you go down there in December and witness the 24-hour sun, what would that do for you? Would that show you anything?
I tell you what, let's wait till I do it, and then we'll have a talk why it's happening. Okay? And in other words, I'm taking the evidence at its face value. I'm not going to do anything before or after. I'm not going to tell you anything, but I'm going to tell you this. More than likely, and even in your own predictions on that day, they only had 19 hours of daylight. That's not 24 hours. The sun does set in Antarctica.
I bet you $1,000 it doesn't.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
You got $1,000?
The sun will not set at the times that Will Duffy went to Antarctica. Yeah.
You need a 24-hour period
for even
the sun revolves in Antarctica. I need a solid 24 hours.
And I can't, it's solid 24 hours. And it can't just be light for 24 hours. The sun has got to be above the horizon for 24 hours, not just daylight for 24 hours. That's a different.
I'm going to broadcast it live too, Lucas, so everybody's not going to have any questions.
Okay.
You really trust Duffy that much? Wow.
Oh,
Duffy,
yes, you know what you should do?
Take
that $1,000, Luca. Take that $1,000.
Oh, yeah.
Give it to Duffy and have him invest it for you. I've heard that he's real trustworthy and good with people's money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's not facing any federal charges for
No,
any embezzlement. No.
That's
Don't
why they've lost.
don't
That's why a lot of people are
most
taking him to court for losing a lot of money because they trusted him.
Yeah.
don't most don't like most contractors like Will Duffy have way more lawsuits than he does. So he's actually one of the better ones.
No, that's a federal
No,
law.
they don't. They don't. This is why Duffy no longer has a broker's license. See, I happen to be friends with a guy who was vice president for PaineWebber, and I addressed this with him. I asked him, I said, "Is that normal?" He says, "Oh, hell no." He says, "You better stay away from that guy."
Yeah,
So, no, that's not normal.
Fingers. He's got sticky.
And are these just complaints or just lawsuits?
No,
they're actual
charges.
settlements.
Yeah.
Let me
All
Let me see if I got.
Can't believe, I mean, even just to look when you hear him preaching, even just preaching. I mean, what he says in that it's fine, you know.
Here we go. Which one you want to start with, Luca?
Do pay attention, Luca.
All right.
He's going to start with the first one, I'm hoping. Get his first charges up there. We'll start at the beginning.
What's going on?
Okay. Here's 11/9/2021. See what they got there. Unsuitable investments and breach of fiduciary duty. He had to pay out $10,100. We got this one was settled here. Negligence, professional negligence, violations of law, unsuitable recommendations, breach of contract, breach of fiduciary duty, breach of security laws and regulations. Okay. So they settled for $225,000.
Wow.
Okay.
Getting
Now
worse.
we go to this next one. This one, is that the right one? Let's see. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so this one is pending. These are all pending right here. Breach of written contract, breach of fiduciary duty, failure to supervise, negligence and gross negligence, misrepresentation of omissions and omissions, violation of FINRA rules, violation of federal securities laws, violation of California and Colorado Securities Acts, violation of the Investment Advisor Act of 1948, and violation of Regulation B1.
I'll have a look at this.
Here, I'll give you the link.
Okay. What's the site called?
Called brokercheck.com. I'm going to put it in the chat for you.
Yeah, link. Just copy and paste
I'm
the
put it
site
in the regular
URL
chat
or
right
something.
there. I'll put it right down here too, in the private chat.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
I'll go click the link. Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
And there's way more. He had another one pop up just recently on the 23rd of January. And this one dates all the way back to December of 2019. So there again, violations of federal security laws, fraud and offer of sale of securities, fraud. Look how many times he's fraud in connection with the purchase and of sale of securities, violations of California security laws, unsuitable recommendations, misrepresentations and omissions of material fact. Gee, did we see any of those things happening with TFE? Did we at all? Where we saw misrepresentation and omissions of material facts? Yes, we did. What do we got? California unfair, unlawful, and fraudulent business practices, violation of California's financial elder abuse law. So that comes from taking people's pensions and shit, taking advantage of the fact that they're older and trusting and probably not as sharp. Violation of Washington Securities Act. So he was working in several different states. We can see here violation of Washington's Consumer Protection Act, violation of the Colorado Securities Act, a violation of Colorado Consumer Protection Act, breach of contract, common law fraud. There's that word again, fraud, breach of fiduciary duty, negligence, and gross negligence. So this isn't like new shit with this guy. Look, we've got. How many we got all together here? Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7.
Would you say fraud is a big Big red flag for anybody working with money.
Yes.
Yeah. And Luca, don't invest your $1,000 with Duffy. I'm telling you, you
Well,
may not see
here,
it back. Sir.
okay,
Just
well,
telling you.
here's
And you
the
trust this guy. You trust this guy.
here's the bottom line. Whether or not I trust Will Duffy, I trust the globe, like what the globe says will happen. And the globe says that the sun won't set.
No,
The globe doesn't say
the
anything.
globe doesn't say that at all.
Yeah,
Globe
that's
doesn't
what
say
the
Globe
globe's
doesn't
prediction
say
is, that the
anything.
sun won't set.
How can you-
Proponents
Yeah.
of the scientifically impossible globe Earth belief say that.
If the sun doesn't set, that's evidence of a globe, right?
No, it's not evidence of a globe. You can't have a globe at all because of the physical impossibilities that are imposed by it.
Yeah.
Like what?
Well, the convexing of water around an object and adhering to the outside of it, for one, a gas pressure system or any fluid pressure system for that matter, without physical containment. Do we need to go on? Those two things alone right there destroy the concept of a working model. The thing has to be physically impossible. It has to be physically possible in order for it to be a working model.
And that's
Otherwise,
just
you've got no more. You've got it's just the same as Noah riding around on a magic unicorn ass. You know,
why can't water bend around a globe?
because it won't. The nature of water is to seek level at the lowest point.
Yeah.
Yeah, level
But
is
it
not,
will always go down to
level is a line. Level is not an arc.
well, level actually means conforming
Plane.
to the liquid particles of Earth's surface.
No, it's
Yes,
a plane.
yes.
Plane.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait.
it's a plane.
It does conform to the liquid parts of Earth's surface.
Yeah.
Flat, level.
Or curved.
water is
No,
flat and
not curved.
No,
There
no,
is
no.
no curve.
You
That's
see-
word magic.
You see,
Let me-
so if they read,
Go ahead.
they read the word curve there, and then it automatically thinks that curve has actual definition other than zero. Because if you go back to the addendums out of the whole definition, it tells you the liquid parts of Earth's surface is zero curve. So yes, it's following the curves of liquid parts of Earth's water. It means no curve.
Because there is none. You see, it does follow the curvature of the liquid portions of Earth's surface because there are no curved portions. So it does follow that.
Exactly.
It's word magic because otherwise it would contradict the very first and most important part of the definition, which says no point higher than another.
Yeah.
Well,
Can I-
you
can I
have
ask
your
how
black
quick before you
swan,
say anything?
but we have our black swan too.
Well, that's not a black swan. That's your not being able
But
to
if the
see
sun doesn't set,
magic.
how's that not a black swan?
Okay, so here's the thing. I'll do it in this way. I have never killed anyone that didn't deserve it. Did I just say that I killed anyone?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
You didn't.
No,
You
I
didn't.
didn't. I just said I never killed anyone that didn't deserve it. I didn't say I've ever killed anyone. And the statement remains
technically,
true. I haven't
you
killed
implied
anybody.
it. You implied it.
No, you assumed it.
No, you definitely
No,
implied
you
you killed
assumed
him.
No, you didn't.
Yes, you
assumed it.
did.
That's how word magic works. I get you to make an assumption based on something I say.
But you definitely implied that you did kill someone.
No, I did not imply that. I
How
said,
didn't you?
Listen carefully. I have never killed anyone that didn't deserve it.
So you have killed people that did deserve it.
No, I've never killed anyone at all. I just selected a group of people that I haven't killed. I haven't killed anybody, but I selected
Definitely
a group that I
implied.
haven't killed, and that by your own assumptions. You see, if I had started that out with, I have never taken anyone's life, and then said, I've never killed anyone that didn't deserve it. Would that be your assumption would be contradictory to my first statement, just like with
you contradicted yourself.
No, I didn't, because it still remains true. I never at one time said I killed anyone. You assumed that's what it meant.
Put that sentence into ChatGPT and see what it comes up with.
You know what? You got to be careful with ChatGPT. That thing's going to end up taking half your shit.
You're going to use that's going to be your god. You're going to use that idly. You're going to use AI as a god. I'm telling you.
Can I ask Luca a question right quick? All right, let's say you're in Antarctica and you have an assumed radius of your planet Earth, the ball Earth, which has been debunked a long time ago in 1773 by the sun's circuit's actually wider than everybody thinks it is. It will be in the sky a little bit longer because it's taking a wider path, but it does set over our plane, whether you like it or not. That's where they hide a lot of things. Antarctica is what they call Antarctica. The little peninsula they call Antarctica is not a continent of any degree at all. It's very small compared to the rest of the continents on the Earth. So you're going to get daylight probably a little longer during the summer there, but it's not 24 hours. It does go past the horizon, past your field of view.
No.
Yes. And that's why
the sun remains in the sky for 24 hours.
Have you seen it yourself?
Wait, Luca, have you been there to verify this?
Yeah.
I've seen videos of it.
And you trust Jaren so much now. Didn't you hear Jaren say it sets?
He said since.
No, he didn't. That makes no sense whatsoever at all.
Even the
makes no sense, dude. The sun did not set.
But even the captions say since.
Because he made it, because he said it so quickly and in a way, just look, he put that out there. He said set. He did not say since.
Even if he said set.
You tell me when the captions are right.
Even if he said set.
If you put up the captions for me, listen, if you put the captions up for me, if you put the captions up for me, I guarantee it would misinterpret every fifth or sixth word or whatever because of my accent or whatever, or the speed I talk or whatever. Captions are never accurate.
Yeah, okay, true. Okay, captions can be wrong. Yeah.
Of course you can.
Yes, I agree.
All right. So,
but even if he did say set, what does that prove? What does that mean?
Well, that's what the whole thing is cracking me up about this entire thing. Is we're exactly where I said we would be when this whole thing started. I says we'll be relegated to stories and third person information and speculative videos, and that's what we ended up with. Exactly. So you're trying to think these people here, the only place that this is even a thing is here on YouTube, and even in a small corner of YouTube.
Yeah.
It's the only place. Go and randomly ask 20 people out in public. Ask 100 people out in public. How many of them, what did you think about the final experiment? None of them have even heard of it. So as far as it destroying anything, no. It may have
actually it was on the news. So
no, it wasn't. It was on news that nobody ever watches. It was on some freaking newspaper that they give away on the bus. It was on some other travel thing that nobody ever even fucking heard of. Okay. I never saw anybody on Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, any news outlet that came out and said, did you know that they proved the earth is a globe? 109 years of people going down to Antarctica, established bases and all that shit and all this time. And you mean to tell me that up until now, up until a couple of freaks from YouTube decided to go take a trip down to Antarctica, it was an unsolved thing. But now these guys solved it. Get the out of here with that.
Well, it was already solved.
Can I ask Luca one more question? Luca, what your standard of evidence is weak, dude. You're taking second, third hand information like Saba's saying. I'm going to go down and do first hand investigation for myself and do a live broadcast.
Yes.
Of it. So that's where I'm going with it. I stick with what I find, dude. If you're doing research, you don't take secondhand information about somebody else and that's got to be true. People make a lot of assumptions, and a lot of people are actually in jail because of that kind of stuff, because nobody has investigated it thoroughly.
Isn't that what Will Duffy did? He went down to Antarctica to see it for himself, and took 5 other people as well.
I want to play something for you quickly, Luca. quickly.
Oh, that's from
Oh.
TFE.
Yeah, this is Geronos himself.
He made more of a production out of it. Luca.
From The Final Experiment.
But you're gonna have to keep quiet.
You know,
You can
he
quickly
did
listen
Antarctica,
what he says,
right?
yeah, okay?
If it was 23 hours and 55 minutes or something, I don't remember exactly when it set.
Oop, what do you say?
I don't remember exactly when it set.
Weird. Luca?
What's that?
Huh?
The sun. He's talking about
Okay.
the sun. He
Yes.
doesn't exactly remember when it set.
No, I don't know. Oh, it's crazy, but they'll just yeah. Oh, it's okay. Don't 24 hours, son.
I have a recording of Jonathan saying the same thing on Ether Cosmology, talking about the sunset while he was down there.
Yeah. Totally off topic. Do you know what I come across? Come across a video by. Hold
Wait a
on,
minute.
Luke. I was talking. I come across a video from a guy called Norbit. It's about a month ago. He's a glober and all that, but he's calling out Professor Dave for how toxic he is. He's against flat Earth and all that stuff, but he sees how toxic that he is with everybody, even flat earthers and that, the responses and all that. So he's called them out. It's a guy called Norbit, so I might do a little stream on that at some point. But it's a month old, the video. I'd only just come across it.
Nice.
Like Norbit calling
Let's
out.
listen again.
If it was 23 hours and 55 minutes or something, I don't remember exactly when it set.
I don't remember exactly
Yes,
when
that's
it
set.
set. Does the sun set
But
in
that's not the
Antarctica?
clip I've
Does the
seen.
sun set in Antarctica, Luca?
No,
Well, why is
What
he
do you
talking
say?
about a sunset in Antarctica, Luca?
I don't know. But it doesn't set. I know that.
How do you know that? You mean you believe that? You believe that? You don't
That's
know
what the
that.
globe Earth predicted the sun would do. Or
That's
wouldn't
what
do
you
in this case.
believe. That's what you believe, and that's the whole thing. That's what we're getting at right there. But in any case, it's a false dichotomy because, as I've stated before, the physical impossibilities imposed by your globe belief make it impossible to have a working model, up to and including your idea of what the sun is and your Helios and your heliocentric model is believed to be that gases somehow collected together for no reason outside of the behavior of gases and ever in history, for some reason collected together and in such an amount that they got gravity. Now, I would like to see a scientific experiment that shows gases gathering together for any reason outside of containment. You cannot have any specific volume of gas or gases without a physical container. It's impossible.
What
Now
about
you understand
gravity?
Well, what
why
about gravity? Why isn't the gravity of the air?
Gravity.
So if I was to let loose a cylinder of gas out in space, you think it's just going to stay there in a gob, and then start drawing itself
What?
together so that it's into a gob of gas? When would that ever happen? When have you ever seen a gas collect together without some kind of a physical container?
Well, the gases collect together closer to the Earth's surface
No,
than
they
they
don't.
do.
It's because it's a source of production. That's the only reason there's a higher abundance. The source of production is right here at the surface of the Earth. Where do you think you see more Fords? That's right outside the factory door. Once they start
But what
into
about
traffic, then you got
what?
Chevys and Teslas and Toyotas and Hondas and shit all mixed in with it too, right? And then you get out of the city, and what happens? You have a higher dispersal rate of traffic. You got less and less and less and less, right? It's the same thing with the gases. It's going to be a higher concentration at the source of production.
I have another thing to quickly play for you guys. Remember, they keep telling us no one promised a 24-hour live stream?
Yeah, this dude did.
Watch this. Watch this.
I'm in South Louisiana, so if it's cold, frosty breath, why no 24-hour live stream? Well, we're going to do that tomorrow.
There you go. 24-hour live stream. No one did it, Luca. No one did it 24-hour. They set up.
They attempted it.
They set it up in Rumble. Soft had it ready to watch. Then it disappeared.
Yeah, I actually watched it while it was happening live, and then I was getting tired, and I said, "Well, I'll come back in the morning. I'll be
But my
able to
point
watch
to this
it."
was,
What
they
happened,
say
huh?
no one promised a 24-hour live stream. Well, then why did they attempt to do a 24-hour live stream if no one promised it? Literally, you say, yeah, we can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't. Well, why can't they attempt it but not?
Why
promise
was this? Why was what was recorded taken down offline?
Yeah. That's a
At
good
the
question.
time where the sun was supposed to set.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird, huh?
Weird.
I know, kind of shady, there, Luca. It might be. Just
Let's
a
say it
little
this
bit.
way. He talks about the sun setting. He says, yeah, we're going to do a 24-hour stream. They stop the 24-hour stream when the sun's supposed to set, and then they remove that footage.
Well, actually, we saw live that it was midnight where they were, so the sun should have
How do you
set
know it was
when we
live?
saw
That live
them.
stream was not live.
No,
That
sir.
was recorded.
What?
We get
How
receipts.
so?
Pre-recorded.
You think
Pre-recorded,
that they
Luca.
had fake
You know what a
content
pre-
or something?
You know you can pre-record
A live
something and
stream.
play the pre-recorded video live.
On a live stream. You get that
On a
choice
live
in
stream.
restream. You get it.
But you can't respond to the messages though.
He
in a
wasn't.
pre-recorded
He didn't.
live
How come,
stream.
why didn't he call Steve in the UK?
Yeah, Steve never got a call.
And then had three
They
different
explain
lies
why.
as to why he didn't do it, all within one 20-minute segment.
Yeah, they accused Steve of they
He
accused
said he
Steve of
would,
blocking
though.
him as well when it never happened.
How would he even know if he had been blocked?
Exactly. How would you know?
Doesn't come up and say, "You've been blocked."
No.
He doesn't do that. It just rings and then it'll go to voicemail. Bang. That's it.
Well, actually, it would give you it would the messages would turn green. I think if you've been blocked.
What message?
On a phone? On a telephone?
I mean, when I got blocked, my message.
We're not
turned
talking about
green
messengers.
Messages.
after it.
Talking about phone call.
Talking about
Yeah,
phone
live
call, telephone
Yeah,
call,
on
man.
on
No.
Messenger.
No.
Actual fucking telephone call.
I mean messages
No.
on messages
No.
on the
On
phone,
the phone.
on the iPhone.
You're supposed to call him live during the stream, Luca. You just call him.
On
Okay,
what?
I'm gonna,
An iPhone or
I
a computer or
quickly got up something for you, Luca. How do you know? You can't know definitely if someone has blocked you on WhatsApp. But several indicators can suggest it.
That's WhatsApp, though, right?
That's what they're trying to phone him
That's
on.
what he's supposed to use.
WhatsApp.
Oh,
So yeah, that wasn't live. Okay. It was to give you the perception that it was live. This is also why the weather cam, the live weather cams at Union
Doesn't
Glacier
add up.
did not match what we saw in the supposed live at all. And that's also why Duffy didn't, even though given us mentioning the guy, did not call him as he was supposed to during the live. That would have verified that they were indeed live, but he didn't. Duffy
And
ended
he
up with the
said-
excuse that he was blocked. First he said, "Oh, there wasn't a phone available," and then Toon popped in. And
Yeah,
goes,
he did.
yeah,
say that.
bullshit. There wasn't a phone available. And there certainly was a phone
No,
available
it's
to go
because
in there
his-
and say, "Where's the guns, Nathan? Where's the guns?"
His phone was being used for the live stream.
And then
That's
they
what
changed
he
the
said.
story. Oh, we were blocked and
Yeah.
all that
Then
bullshit.
he changed the story right away. So no, it wasn't live.
No, he said that, and then he afterwards said that he was going to call him
Do you think
tomorrow.
Duffy is
the
a
next
truthful
day.
individual? You do?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Did you see how they all ganged up on Steve that day about the phone call? And did you see how incredulous Steve was when he says, like, whoa, I can't believe you're saying that I blocked you. Look, they all ganged up on him. They all kind of bullied. He sat there and took it as well. But he was incredulous to it. He was called a liar by FTFE, sat and took it when he was justified. He
Well-
didn't lie, bro. He wasn't called. Simple
Okay.
as that.
Here's
watch
what-
this.
Okay, I was just gonna say, here's what gets me about it, Luca, is wait a second. What, given everything that you've seen so far, okay, the multiple financial allegations and suits against him for fraud and misrepresentation, okay, that's lying. The fact that he gave out sermons about lying is okay. And being caught several times on live streams and in interviews lying. What would cause you to think that he is someone to be trusted?
Kind of slimy to me, dude. To be
Well,
honest.
and you took the sermons out of context.
What? He's trustworthy. He lies about people's finances. He steals people's money. He lies about how he came to the experiment. He lies about all these different things. But this one thing, because it makes you feel good, he's telling the truth about.
Well, even if I agreed with you that he's a liar and is untrustworthy, it still wouldn't change the fact that the sun does
You
not
don't know
set.
that's a fact because you have not witnessed it. You've only
Okay,
heard it
it
from
doesn't change
known
how I
liars.
believe the sun doesn't set.
Well, you have a belief.
You have a
That's
belief.
different than a fact.
Yes, I would have a belief. Yes.
That's a belief, not a fact.
Yes, it's a
Okay,
belief.
so
Yes.
stop calling it a fact.
Okay, I
The only
believe that the sun won't set.
And the only verification that you have of that is coming from known fucking liars.
But what about Zionism?
What about him?
He's not a liar.
He's
Yes,
not.
he is.
What about Whitsitt?
Complete liar.
I didn't vape.
Complete liar. 100% liars. Both
I didn't vape, even though you saw me vape. That's
Dude,
called
Well, yeah,
a
that's a
lie.
lie about a different thing.
It doesn't matter. It makes him a liar. It makes him a liar.
Dude, we have Whitsitt recorded 170 times lying in
Dave
debate.
McKeegan. Dave McKeegan's not a liar.
How do you know? How do you know
Dave McKeegan is not a liar? Okay.
What do you know about Dave McKeegan?
What do you know?
about
I
him?
don't know anything.
You don't
really.
know a fucking thing about him. So how do you know he's not lying?
I've seen his videos.
So?
But here's the thing. All the other guys you gave me evidences of them lying. But you can't give me evidence of Dave McKeegan lying.
So wait a second. How we don't have evidence that he doesn't lie either. What you're sitting there saying he's a trustworthy individual.
Innocent until proven guilty, right?
You just admitted you don't know jack shit about him.
Innocent until proven guilty, right?
No, wait a second. You just got done saying you don't know a fucking thing about him, didn't
Well,
you?
I don't know really
All
much
right,
about
then how is it? So how is it that you automatically assume that he's telling you the truth because it's what you want?
Because there's no evidence that he is a liar.
But there's evidence that everybody he was there with is a liar, including Toon.
So he's not a liar.
Wait a minute. So everyone else was a liar, but not Dave McKeegan, and he wasn't a liar because you don't know anything about him.
It doesn't
You're
change.
a twisted mind, bro.
It doesn't change the fact about
Okay,
him.
Luca,
Hold on.
can I throw something else?
Listen,
at you
he was part of TFE. TFE got proven to be faked.
Yes.
So he's a liar. He's a
It's
liar.
not
He said it wasn't. Listen. He said it wasn't true. He said it was true that the 24-hour sun thing. He said it was
Yes.
there. He's seen it.
Yes.
He didn't see it. It's been proved to be. Look, TFE was faked. It's been proved umpteen times. So he's a liar. He's a liar.
But it's not proven fake though.
How many people? have done it?
Okay, wait. Okay, we'll let that person go then in
It
in
hasn't
December.
been. You
And
mean
if
it
the sun
hasn't been
doesn't set
proven
and
to
stays
you?
within line of sight for 24 hours, then TFE wasn't fake. How about that? Do you
You
agree
mean
with
that
that?
it wasn't
I
proven?
didn't hear a word you bloody said, so I don't agree with anything. No.
No. What if that guy, what's his name? Roger or
Roger.
something?
Roger, yeah.
Yeah,
Me, I'm the
Roger.
one. Yes,
He's
I'm
going
right
to
here.
go down there in December, he said. If the
Yeah.
sun doesn't set and stays within visible sight for 24 hours, then TFE wasn't fake. Would you agree with that?
Hold
Would you
on.
agree with that?
Hold on. Just what if Roger goes down and witnesses a 24-hour sun? That
Yeah.
means to say that TFE wasn't faked.
Because the main thing was a 24-hour sun.
I mean,
So-
there'd be no point in it. I don't think he's got to go and do that. But if he does, it doesn't mean to say that it wasn't fake. That doesn't prove it wasn't fake. It
But
just
he
proves
said
it.
he will.
What?
He said he would do that.
Yeah, Roger, I'm talking. Yes, Roger says he's going to do that. Yes.
Yes.
I'm talking about. You're talking about them. I'm talking about them, not Roger. I'm saying if he does see a 24-hour sun, it doesn't prove that TFE wasn't faked.
Why? They saw a 24-hour sun.
Because they're look, people have examined the evidence. It's been faked. So even if there was really a 24-hour sun, they didn't witness it. They faked it.
Why? Why?
I don't know. I
Would
don't know.
they fake it
You're
then?
going on the premise. You're going on the premise that Roger's going to see a 24-hour sun. We don't know that yet. So what's the point in this? What's the point?
But like, why
You're
in
going
the
on.
world
You're going
would
on.
they
You're
fake
going on.
it?
What if? What if? What if? There's no point until Roger goes in saying this.
But why in the
Can I
world
ask-
would
look,
they fake
stop.
it if it
Stop for a
actually
second.
happened?
Stop
But
for a
you-
second. I'm gonna give you motivation why Dave McKeegan would lie. He's making a career based on this documentary, and he's the main photographer in it. He has a lot to protect. It's an investment for him. That's a real good reason to lie. Okay, that's motivation right there. If you want to look for motivation for Dave McKeegan to lie about a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, that would be his number one purpose in doing it. And by the way, he does have a record, and he has been known to do things. We've looked into him. He's not a savory character, you might say. He is dishonest. He's almost criminal. I'm not making any accusations, but yeah, he's got some dealings in the past that aren't honest. So if you want to look at honesty, why Dave McKeegan would lie, money is the number one reason why Dave McKeegan would lie about what he did in Antarctica. They're all motivated to do so. Plain and simple.
And if
Cut
it-
and dry.
People would have different
Right, if you're going on
motivations.
what ifs,
other
you're going
than
on what
money.
ifs, Luca. Like, what if they went to just say there is a 24-hour sun there, which is not, but just say they went there and there's a 24-hour sun, and they knew that, and they were going to film it, but for some reason it was cloudy. They couldn't get a visible sun. That's a reason to fake it. That's a reason.
But it
No, I
wasn't
know. I'm
cloudy.
just giving. You're working on what ifs,
Actually, it
so I'm
was.
giving you a what if. I'm giving
Actually,
you a
it
what
was
if.
cloudy.
It was cloudy. It was overcast that day.
Live
and
weather
the weather
cam
report
showed
said
it.
so.
Yeah, the live weather cam showed it pretty cloudy.
Exactly. So I'm going.
But we could visibly see, and they said it wasn't
Well, I
cloudy.
don't care what they said. They say a lot of shit. You know, Duffy said he was going to make them people a bunch of money, and then he stole it. Okay, so they can say anything they fucking want to, but I watched live weather cam.
Well,
So
yeah, can I quickly play that for you? I got it on the
Oh, yeah, yeah.
timestamp out. Us live, watching Whitsid and them live, and going through the weather report.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did that. We were there.
Yeah. So watch this. I don't know.
Danger,
I
Will
just don't
Robinson.
buy it.
Danger.
Yeah, I just don't buy it. There we go.
No, yeah, it was
well,
right.
that's the current. That's at the Union Glacier Airport current weather right now. And it's saying that it's -6 degrees Celsius is the low and the high is -8 with a 7 kilometers per hour wind. It seems
I
to be
don't see any
going
wind
in
there.
looks like a northeasterly direction. It says down here that here's all throughout the day. So where are we at here? 1500. We should just be coming out of the cloudy aspect of it, right?
Mhm.
But
I
I
don't
haven't
see clouds
seen any
there.
clouds during this whole thing, and it's showing right here that it was going to be cloudy up till just past 3 o'clock.
Yep. Exactly. I just want to say thank you for the super chat,
But
Mac. He
weather
says
reports aren't always correct.
we should be pressing them to sign an affidavit. They are seeing a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, especially Pastor Duffy. Thou shalt not bear false witness. That's the problem. I don't think Duffy's really the Christian he claims to be, though.
Okay, this line right here represents the current time where they're at. Okay, and this is showing cloud cover. I'm not seeing any cloud, partly cloudy.
Nowhere. Not a
Whatever.
cloud in
I'm
sight.
not seeing a cloud in the
Right,
sky.
it's-
And this is for the Union.
Do you understand what's going on, Luca?
It says it's partly cloudy, but it's not. But weather reports
Oh
can
my
be wrong
fucking
there,
God.
right?
Live
So
weather report
this-
is wrong. Live. You do know the weather reports
well,
for Union Glacier is
maybe not
literally
live.
based on 2 meteorologists that stay at Union Glacier making this live report about the weather.
Okay, I didn't know it was live. Maybe not live weather reports. They can't really be
You're
wrong.
gonna find out we're thorough when we investigate stuff, Luca. That's what's happening right now. We're not gonna take their bullshit.
And the live weather report said it was cloudy, yet there was
And
no
you guys
cloud.
say that we don't look into shit. We don't research shit. And
But
you're the one
where
sitting there
would
going, well,
the
they
clouds be?
probably, and
Yeah.
they might have.
And
And
what
even
if?
though the guy lies about everything else, he doesn't lie. And it's like, dude, it's so lame.
Very.
Come on.
But wait, wasn't there clouds in the time lapse of the sun that they did? Wasn't there clouds in
Very
there?
little.
Which
in
means
that?
it's even more sketchy.
Yes, because we were just discussing comparing their live, which you claimed was live, when we looked at live weather at the same time and it didn't freaking match. Now you're jumping over to some damn time lapse. It could have been filmed at any time. You don't know when that was filmed, where it was filmed, or how it was filmed.
Yeah.
They just told you some
But
shit.
different directions would show different clouds, right? If you're facing away from the clouds, then you wouldn't see any clouds. If you're facing towards the clouds, then obviously you'd see clouds.
Oh,
And you know, what if they were just facing away from the clouds when they recorded?
What if a
They wouldn't see any
What if a
clouds.
bullfrog had wings? He wouldn't bump his ass when he jumped, right? But guess what?
That's
Bullfrog don't
why.
have no wings.
That's why in the time lapse you'd see clouds because it captures a 360.
See, if is a very small word with very open-ended possibilities. You have to understand, and
That brings
we're
up
not
another
dealing
question,
in
Bob.
ifs. That's what we're getting away from is the ifs. And yes, those things were considered. Those things were considered. But when it's partly cloudy here, it doesn't mean that there's clouds in the back half and no clouds in the front of me. It means that it's partly cloudy. Okay, that means the whole fucking sky.
yeah.
Not necessarily.
Yes, necessarily.
Well, it's really a minute point right there. But Saab, that brings up another question for me. Is a bullfrog's ass watertight?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. That's all I've been meaning to ask that question for a while.
But I guess it would all be everything would come to fruition when Roger goes to Antarctica and records
It'll
live.
be a nail in
Does
TFE's
stuff.
coffin, dude. That's what's going to happen. I hate to tell you this.
That everything will come to fruition.
And the
then,
fantasy
at
world
that
of the
time.
ball Earth is going to fade away, I hope. And people will actually go explore the world again instead of feeling trapped.
So here's another what if, Luca. If Roger does go and Roger doesn't see a 24-hour sun at the same times, and if he live streams a 24-hour, here's a what if. What if that happens? What happens to you? What do you do with that?
Then I will follow with everyone else and admit that the Earth is flat.
Okay.
That's
up to you. That's entirely up to you.
Because that's what FDFE said. That's what Professor Dave said too. They all said that if the sun were to set, then they'd all be
Okay,
flat
let me
earthers.
ask you a question.
The sun didn't set.
Luca?
That's why they're not
Luca?
flat earthers.
Is it possible? Could it be possible that the sun did set, but they just lied to you guys because they didn't want to be honest about becoming flat earthers?
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say.
There were 6 people.
No, that's
that
not what I
went,
asked.
right?
I'm asking you a very simple question. Is it possible?
Is it possible that they faked it?
The answer is yes.
Maybe.
Luca.
Maybe it's possible. I don't
Maybe
know.
it's
I
possible.
don't know how advanced you'd need to get for how many cameras were recording at the same time? Like
No,
6 for all
how
6
many
of
were
them.
we told?
So the
You
exact
mean
same
how many
things
cameras were
at the
we
same
told?
time. That would be nearly
How many
impossible
cameras were we told
to
were
do.
running at the same time? We don't know that they were running any
About
goddamn
6,
cameras, dude.
about
We
5.
don't know that at all. All we know is they gave us some less than credible video. That's all we know.
And Luca, go ask Austin Witts if he's a globe earther right now. Go ahead. Go ask him.
Well, obviously he's not.
So
He's a flat earther.
you, based on what you've seen, you actually believe that Duffy is an honest man. You believe that, and you believe.
Maybe not totally honest.
Listen, hold
about
on.
everything.
Wait. That's like being a little bit pregnant. You're
Yes.
either pregnant or you're not. Okay. So you can't say, well, maybe a little bit. No, there is. He's either trustworthy or he's not. He's either honest or he's not. So you believe that he's not honest. It's either got to be one or the other. It's not a.
He is a creationist, so I can't respect him.
Nobody's asking
fully.
you about respect, and I'm not
Really.
talking about a belief. I am talking about actual credibility as far as being honest. Now, we've seen his suits, and I gave you the link to all those. We've caught him in lies on streams while we're talking to him. Had to call him out on them, and then he had to lie to get out of that lie.
Yeah, and then there was a time he admitted he lied to KIC to Kingdom Context. Oh, I just lied because I didn't want them to know that I'd already researched it. Well, it doesn't matter. That is a lie nonetheless. You're a liar.
Thank you, Mr. Jingles, for your £2. He says, Keith, the weather report shows the 24-hour sun. No, it didn't.
No, Mr. Jingles, it said it was 19 hours of daylight. That's what it says. I looked at the weather report with my own eyes. We had it up on screen. If you want to go back and read the
nothing
weather
about sunset, because we even looked if it shows anything about sunset. It didn't say anything about sunset. I mean, staying 24 hours. It was giving sunset days. It was giving the weather report. And it was showing partly cloudy. And then we looked in the sky and saw no clouds.
Does Mr. Jingles get his name from
It even
Green
gave
Mile?
wind.
Does he get his name from Green Mile? Just out of curiosity.
That's where I heard that before. It was good.
Mr. Jingles, the mouse.
Why does that sound familiar to me?
The mouse, little mouse, Mr. Jingles, wasn't it? And in Green Mile.
Alan Orstrand had a report for daylight that day, and it said 19 hours of daylight. That's what it was reporting for. So is that what he's referring to? That's not 24 hours. That's 19 hours.
I mean, even the guy at Sposh spoke on Josh Mondays. He said, what was it about? He said about 23 hours and a quarter.
And then it went down. Yeah.
23 hours and a quarter of sunlight. So it's still not 24 hours.
No. You're getting what we're pointing at here, don't you guys? There's not a 24-hour sun that circles the Antarctic Circle, the Antarctica Circle. Sorry, there's not like your globe model predicts. It doesn't happen. Even nobody shows this. It's never been shown. End of the story. But they did it at TFE. Yeah, it was a hell of a production. I'm telling you, it took months to get this put together.
It's not over either.
No. I mean, where's all these other experiments they said they were doing and that, that they were allegedly doing? They haven't done anything like that. He hasn't put anything like that. In fact, the last I heard from TFE, I heard that he was disappearing off YouTube. I heard he was going. He was Oski. I wonder why. Maybe he's going to prison or something.
Really? Disappearing?
That's what I heard. This was about a month ago I heard that. I can't remember where I heard from. It was Can't Fix Stupid. He told me he keeps up to date with these kind of things and tells me in Messenger sometimes.
Thank you, Mr. Jingles, for another £2. He says, then bring up the 24-hour weather Union Glacier 18th to 20th. Okay. Thank you very much for the super chat. Let's see. Wait. Did he say 18th to 20th? That
I
was,
mean,
they went there on the 18th to 20th.
Yeah, what's the 18th and 20th got? It didn't think to do with it. They were back home by then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was the 14th. I think it was
In
the
fact, they were
14th.
only there 2 days, supposedly.
Yeah.
Nobody can account for the 18th.
I wouldn't trust Will Duffy with broker stuff.
So, but you would trust him with other stuff. That makes no sense. Man. If you don't trust
No,
someone,
it
you
doesn't.
don't trust someone.
Oh, that guy only steals money. I would be fine with him being around a bar of gold.
So wait a minute. Wait a minute. You just assumed that I would say that I would trust him with other stuff because I said I wouldn't trust him with broker stuff.
So
I wouldn't trust him with anything.
Well, then that
Would you
proves
trust him
that,
with? Would
that
you?
is
What
evidence.
would you trust him with?
Well, that is evidence for what we were discussing earlier about
Mhm.
how you said I wouldn't kill.
Right. I've
bad
never killed
people.
anyone that didn't deserve it. Okay, that's fair enough. So, what would you trust him with, and why?
Well, because we have multiple accounts for TFE with like 5 people saying the same thing that he did, I think I'd trust him about the sun not setting. That's
Well, wait
about
a second. What makes
it.
you think that the other people were trustworthy too? See, that's like, I don't trust this senator, but since the other senators are all saying the same thing, I have to go with it. What?
I mean, that
They're all in
certainly
the same
is
liars club.
credibility.
What the hell?
That certainly adds credibility to what that senator is saying.
Not if the
Others
other
say the
people
same
involved
thing.
are not if the other people involved are just as dishonest.
I mean, yeah, if the other people involved are just as
Well, we already
dishonest,
went through that, didn't we?
but we
The only
know.
one that you didn't know anything about was McKeegan, and you, I guess, totally 100% trust him. But we already know the other people are liars, so what the hell? Why would that be any different?
The last thing I found on TFE is they're doing a cross Antarctica comparison, and they're taking a poke at Dave Weiss. That's the last thing I saw them do.
How long ago was that?
2 weeks ago.
Has TFE uploaded anything else? Like the channel, the final experiment? Has that channel uploaded anything else?
I just told you.
Or
That was the last thing they uploaded. 2 weeks ago.
what about the documentary they were going to do?
Oh, we're waiting for that puppy.
We're waiting on that. I'm waiting with bated breath for that.
Just the trailer. Just the trailer.
And that was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, longer
A
than
month
that.
ago, 2 months ago.
Okay.
Longer than that.
Oh, okay.
Trailer looks nothing like the footage that they sent, that they did for the TFE.
No, not a bit.
Nothing.
Well, obviously, trailers like that. I agree that none of the footage in the trailer looks like anything they uploaded, but that's really for like appearances, like how dressing it up to make it look prettier than it actually was, and using footage that wasn't actually filmed and stuff to really make it look better than it actually is.
They'd have to. They weren't there long enough to make it. They weren't there long enough to get anything for any more than maybe a 10-minute documentary. The rest
Well,
of
they were
it's
sleeping. The thing is, they were sleeping most of the time. So
yeah.
Well, actually,
Especially,
Anthony Toon stayed up for 24 hours. He
That's
said
what he
that.
claims. Yeah.
he claims that. Yeah.
Yeah. Once again.
And when I go, I'm going to be up for
The
24
thing I
hours.
found very dodgy, though, I don't know if you guys, I mean, we think we actually said this. As soon as they got there, the flat earthers went to stay and sleep. The only one staying awake was McKeegan and Mattoon. And Duffy, apparently, yeah.
I
That's
guess
weird.
they were really passionate about doing it.
Doing what?
the final experiment. Like we're setting everything up to record the
These
final
reasons are excuses.
Oh my God, no, these are excuses, man. These are
And by
some
the
of
way,
the most lame excuses I've heard yet.
I mean, knowing what I know about flat earthers, I mean, I can't really see them.
Wait a minute.
What do you
Putting in the acid.
What do you know about
Knowing what you know about flat earthers, like we're a different species. Do you think that people that realize that the Earth is not a globe are a different species or something? Are they a different race or a different ethnicity or something? What in the hell is that?
That's a category, man. That's what that
Maybe
is.
I misspoke a little bit.
No, you intentionally said that way because that was a slight.
You know, all Australians are criminals.
Okay, yeah. It was a
It was
jab,
a slight. It was a slight.
It was
You
a
meant
jab.
to say that, and
It
I had
was a
to,
little
and the
jab.
fact that the fact that I had to actually drag that out of you shows me that you're not being intellectually honest right now.
It was a jab, not
Yeah.
a slight. It was a little jab.
And that tells me that you're not being intellectually honest.
Why?
It's not a valid statement to make about any person individually. No. That's a bad judgment call, Luca. What that was.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, it's not like you didn't hurt my feelings or anything. I'm just pointing it out. You know, it's like, wait a second. You know, this is where you guys all go with that. The flat Earth haters all.
Hey,
do.
LJ, what's up, man? Good to see you.
What's going
Hey,
on,
brother.
LJ and Roots. Good to see you, bro.
Yo, yeah, I just wanted to add, like, obviously they're not gonna just let Roger go. Like, someone would have done it if it was that easy, bro. Something obviously, like, will make him not do it. Not allow him to, like, post the truth. So I don't know why, like, you guys keep saying Roger's gonna do it. I want him to. I wish.
I mean, nothing stopped Will Duffy and the others from going.
The proof's going to be in the pudding. If I get to go and do this, that would definitely speak volumes.
Dude, Duffy's on their side. Obviously, Duffy can go. He's on their side.
Just don't be shocked when they throw mountains of signatures at you.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm amazed at is because it's all together, and I'm surprised it hasn't been done. It's altogether feasible and possible to come on to bring them up on a fraud suit. Sue them for fraud. Then everything would have to be exposed.
But they're making a documentary.
All you have to do is file a suit against them for fraud.
But what's a fraud?
Make it a civil suit. That they went there, grifted money, and lied.
But you'd have to provide evidence or prove that they lied.
Yeah, they have to. Well, they'd have to prove that they were doing it.
Yeah.
It would all come out in disclosure.
Yeah, and if I go down and prove that they didn't film what they filmed,
why do you think that ALE doesn't want to even be attached to this?
In case it goes sour.
Yes.
What? No, they probably just don't care.
No, they don't want to. No. They get excited about someone going there and finding a lost boot, for instance. I mean, they get excited about the smallest things there. People having an anniversary or just being there,
Yeah, but those are things that don't happen that often.
And it's very often that the people go there to try debunk flat Earth.
Well, it's very often that people go there to see the 24-hour sun.
No, they don't.
They don't even offer that.
They don't even offer that.
Well, people go. I've seen lots of people going in December time, and the reason
that's because they have scheduled trips.
That's when
this is what you're not.
What's same season?
This is what you're not understanding, Luca. You don't just go. You don't just call.
Listen, they don't care.
You don't just call ALE and say, I want to go see the Penguins on such and such a date. That's not how it works. You go on the scheduled trip that they have for that. And those trips are already scheduled. The flights are all worked out around those activities. It's not like you're going to Disney World. Oh, I think I don't want to go on Tuesday. I'll go on Wednesday instead. Nah, that's not how it works. Go to their website and look at how it works.
Well,
And
for
see if you
example,
can
if Will
find a thing.
Duffy,
See if you can find anything on there. It says, come down and see the 24-hour sun.
if Will Duffy, for example, went there in August or
Bro, Will Duffy's a
February,
liar,
they would
bro.
invite him
You,
still.
you, you bring up Will Duffy like he's some
No,
like
they
honest
still
guy.
would invite
Bro,
him go in
no one
August
trusts Will
or
Duffy.
February.
Luca,
and
let
other
LJ talk. Luca, let LJ talk to you. He's saying something.
Yeah, bro. Like you bring up Will Duffy like he's some honest guy. Like, bro, we all know he's just a joke. Like everybody knows he's just a joke. You can just tell by 10 seconds of watching him talk. But I love you guys. I'm gonna hang in the back. Sav, you're the #1 Globetrotter destroyer, bro.
Pleasure, bro.
Cheers, mate. It was good seeing you.
Nobody's going there in August, Luca.
You know that was Jainism for a while. The #1 Globetrotter destroyer.
Oh my goodness, was he?
Was he though?
But
come on.
I think that was
turned over.
I think that was self-proclaimed.
Probably.
I think that title was self-proclaimed.
Maybe in a few opinions he was.
No,
just
not
like you are in a few opinions too, I guess.
Who called him that? Who called him that? Besides himself.
Well,
I want to show something, guys. This is the history at Union Glacier last year.
You can't bring up last year's. It
has to. 2024. That was when we watched it live, the 14th. Yep. Participation. That's cloud cover. You see that blue?
Yeah.
There we go.
They reach 2 inches of precipitation each year. That's more than the Sahara Desert, by the way.
We're talking about the.
I mean, that's less. That's less than the Sahara Desert, by the way.
Is it saying that this? I'm saying, is it this blue? Is it saying it's no cloud cover, or is it cloud cover? That's what I'm asking.
Blue. I can't see very well.
Cloud cover percent. Because if it's looking at this, it collaborates with what they were saying. It shows 0. If is the blue showing 0, I'm not sure.
Oh.
Hey, Luca, I got a question for you. How high is the elevation in Antarctica compared to the rest of the Earth?
It's about 2,600 feet or something.
Above the rest of it.
It's the highest continent on Earth, yeah, but I'm not sure about how high. But it is the highest.
How can it be high when it's on the bottom?
Elevation from what again?
Above sea level.
I'm joking, obviously.
There you go.
But that doesn't fit with what we were seeing the live report.
No.
So the live report may have been wrong.
So your elevation angle to
there
the
were
sun
cameras, Luca. There were cameras, live weather cams.
But we saw what they recorded.
I know, and it didn't match what the live weather cam showed.
So
but
all these live cams can be wrong. All these live cams can be wrong, Luca. All these live cams, this is wrong, but yet fake footage you believe. Fine.
But Flatzoid just found something that is helpful for them.
Yes, and
because he found something as well that goes against what the live.
Yeah, but it's contradictory to what we saw live. That's what we're saying.
No.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you getting it? In other words, they weren't live, Luca.
I thought you said you found something.
You still don't get it. You still don't get the fact that live was not live, right? This is what you're not understanding. That live.
I mean, how could it have been pre-recorded?
Why not? How not?
You could pre-record
because they were
something and then run
messages.
He
wasn't responding to messages.
He wasn't responding to messages.
They were. He said hello to
He
a personal
responded
chat.
to the bot messages that were in the fucking thing to begin with. They're all the time in there.
Roger, I'm sure Roger sent him super chats that he never read out.
Never read out.
So the people, so every message in that chat was bot.
No, there was people putting messages in there. Roger sent a bunch of super chats, and he never even responded to them.
I said 3 of them, I think, to be exact, to Austin. And
Never even responded to them. You know why? Because they weren't paying attention to that chat. They were playing like they were acting with chat, but you never saw any of the messages that they responded to.
No.
Did you send a message?
You're easy. You're really easy. I got a bridge I'd like to sell you. It's right here. I'll even give you part of the Shenandoah River to go with it. I'll throw that in as a bonus.
Well, everything will become clear when Roger goes down there. Or if Roger goes down there.
Big if, man. If.
Well,
you can choose to believe this now and just take their word for it, or you could be skeptical enough to.
Well, if you don't go down there, then then I'll never change.
Well, you know there are people on Flat Earth side that have money and influence, right? Are you aware of this, Luca?
Then why don't they go down there then?
Well, there are people that want me to go down there in this group.
Oh, you're going with a group of flat earthers?
No, there's people in the Flat Earth community
wanting to go down.
Yeah.
Oh, people.
And there are those of us that aren't even going to get caught up into the false dichotomy of such a thing in the first place because of the physical impossibilities that I illustrated earlier.
But
regardless of what the lights in the sky might be doing or might not
but
be doing.
If the sun doesn't set, then you have no map.
I don't care about a map. I don't care. Are you a cartographer?
No.
I'm not either. Anybody here a cartographer?
No.
No, none of us. So what maps are we relegated to? Oh,
none.
We're relegated to the maps that are provided to us by actual cartographers. People that we don't know, people that we had no part in them publishing or anything about. So just shut the fuck up about maps.
So
okay?
that's
and just for your own edification, they're still using the azimuthal equidistant map.
So that's at least another 1,000 people you're calling liars or misinformed.
Well, Luca, I actually have a friend here in Denver. I work with his daughter at a restaurant, and he's a cartographer here. He works for the state of Denver. And you know what he is?
What?
He's a flat earther, dude.
Mm-hmm.
He's a cartographer who is a flat earther.
To him.
Yes, I have.
Can I speak
I go to
his
house.
What if he doesn't want to talk to you, Luca?
I don't know.
You seem to be kind of mistaken that anybody really gives a shit whether you think the earth is flat or not. You see, you just come on here with these ridiculous excuses and arguments that don't hold any water and everything, and we just shoot them down and everything. And you act like we're supposed to try to convince you of something. No. See, here's the thing. I don't need proof for an observation.
You need to convince yourselves.
I don't need to do anything. Here's what it has to do. My observation is the default position. I do not observe a globe Earth. Do you have a firsthand observation of a globe Earth?
No.
No, nobody does. So if you'd never been told it was a globe, you would have never come to the conclusion of that. You would have never
If I never got told it was a globe and I never made it a point to go looking for if it was a globe or flat, then
there's the question. So what would make you go and try to see if the Earth was something other than what you observe? What would cause that?
These two sides arguing got me into it.
Well, wait a second, though. I'm just if there wouldn't be any side because the other side is all people that have been told something, and they believe it because of their
they go out and
trust in academia. Okay, so there again, what would make you question your observation? If you never heard of the Earth being a globe, why would you bother? What would make you start to think that it was anything like that or anything other than what you already observed?
I guess It would be because of what I was told.
That's exactly why. And
Hey,
still,
yo.
with no firsthand observation and nothing but lame, flimsy excuses, which completely bypass the physical impossibilities imposed by your globe
I
belief.
suppose if everything I was taught was wrong or a lie,
It
then yes,
was.
I've been
It
fooled.
was.
Then
Everything
it's a
you were
belief.
taught is a lie. Everything you were taught outside of mathematics, grammar, and spelling was a lie.
Oh, that's good. Mathematics is vital to the scientific method.
Well, it is, but it is not science in and of itself, is it? It's only a descriptive language. Okay, that's all it is. It's not science. Astronomy is not science
I
either.
went through this yesterday.
Okay,
Astronomy.
so once again,
Yeah, I do remember that. I
the
do
things
remember
in the sky have no place in the realm of science or physics.
Can't you do science with the things in the sky anyway?
No, you can't. What can
You
you
can
do with that?
observe them, like
Well,
observe
that's
their patterns and
okay. So
observe their
you observe
movements.
them. How do you test your hypothesis?
How do you manipulate anything that's in the sky at all? How do you? Yeah, you can't test
Well,
it.
you can't, just like gravity, you can't manipulate the object itself.
Well, that's
Therefore,
because
you
there
can't
is
prove
no
your gravity.
Let's manipulate unicorn farts too. What the hell? It's that's the whole thing right there. If it cannot be tested, it doesn't belong in the realm of
You can
science.
test the effects, though.
What effects?
The effects of gravity.
All you have is an observation. So thousands of years ago, man would sit around the fire and they'd look up at the sky and see the stars, and they made up stories about those things they saw in the sky. And here we are in 2025, and people are looking up at the sky and making up stories about the things they see in the sky. It's no different. There's nothing can be tested. There's nothing. None of their hypotheses can be tested. None.
Well, let's see. One, I observed the stars rotating in one place in the north and the other direction in the south. I make the hypothesis that we are spinning, and that's why.
Wait. When have you ever observed the stars going any direction other than east to west?
When I've seen videos of people recording the stars in the north.
So down in the south of the earth, in the southern reaches of the earth, the stars go from west to east. Is that what you're
Yeah,
suggesting?
they rotate differently compared to the north.
Wait. The stars are actually going, so down there, like where Flatzoid lives, the stars are going from the west to the east. Is that what you're saying?
They rotate in.
I didn't ask you that. Are they going from the west to the east?
Where Flatzoid is, I think so. I'm not sure where South Africa would be. I think that's Northern Hemisphere, right?
No.
South Africa? No.
No? It's Southern Hemisphere?
Do you have a
place in the same hemisphere?
It's the same as you in Australia.
Same as you. Same
It's
as
the same
you.
as you in Australia.
Do the stars where you live go from west to east?
Probably.
No. Have
If
you
it's
ever
in the
looked
same
at,
hemisphere.
You've never watched the stars?
No.
Where does the sun rise for you? Does it rise in the west or does it rise in the east?
I've never watched the sun either.
What?
So I wouldn't
How
know.
are you even equipped for this discussion? You've never even been outside?
But I've been outside. I just
Okay,
never
do you know
look at the
that
sun
big
because why would I?
that big bright thing in the sky?
Why would I look at the sun?
Which direction does it come from?
I never made a point to go looking.
So in the morning,
I've
how
been
old are
inside
you?
when the
Hold
sun
on,
rises
hold up.
and inside when the
How
sun
old are
sets.
you? How old are you?
I'm 26.
26. And in all the years, 26 years of your life, in what direction does the light come from in the morning? You don't have to even look at the sun. Which direction does that light come from? Does it come from the west or does it come from the east?
I think I think the east.
There you go. Exactly. Right. So the stars are going in the same direction that the sun is going in. You realize that, right?
Yeah,
So
but
they're still going east to west everywhere.
what about in the northern hemisphere?
Yes,
They're going west to
Yes.
east, right?
from east to west.
East to
always.
west. I'm in the northern. Not that it's a hemisphere, but I'm
What?
north.
So you're saying that the stars appear to rotate in the same direction no matter where you are?
Always from the east.
Always.
But that's wrong.
No, it's not.
My goodness, it's not wrong.
You show me a sunset in the east anywhere.
I'll look for it.
You go ahead and look for it. You can look forever and you're never going to find it because it never happens. The sun rises in the east, sets in the west. The stars approach from the east and they go away toward the west. They go from east to west. Always, everything, everywhere. Now, here's where you're getting confused. If I'm facing north, that means that east is to my right.
Yeah.
And the stars will appear to come from my right-hand side and go toward my left-hand side. Now, if I turn around and look south, east is now from my left
Yeah.
and west is at my right. And the stars and sun come from my left-hand side to my right-hand side. They're still going east to west. All I did was change my orientation.
That's it. Simple. It's so simple.
A kindergartner could do it, dude.
All you need
It's
to do
not
is
hard to figure out.
turn around 180 degrees. Simple. That's what they all get confused with, and it's not even hard to understand.
They have a model and a bias.
But we're talking about clockwise direction, not.
Well,
not
no.
the-
There again, that's orientation.
Yeah.
If I'm looking up at a ceiling fan and it's going around what appears to be clockwise, and then I get above that fan and look down at it, now it's going opposite to what I was
Yes.
looking at.
Yes,
Yeah.
it would. Yes.
Right, but it's still going the same fucking direction.
Yep.
It's all I
That's
changed
right.
was my orientation.
Exactly.
But you've changed your entire viewpoint.
That's right. That's
You
my
stood at the
orientation.
other side of it.
That's the
How
point.
are we supposed to stand on the other side of the stars to see them rotating in the other direction?
Which direction are you facing?
But that's here on Earth.
If
You
I
said
know
we
that
need
here
to
on
be
Earth,
at the opposite side of them.
Turn
No.
around, Luca. Just turn around.
turn around.
But then we're stuck with the turning around. That's cardinal direction, not in a way, not
other
in a
direction is
circular
there on
motion.
They're
What
all
other
cardinal.
direction is there?
What is it? Yeah, exactly. What other directions is that?
Like clockwise and counterclockwise.
Those are that's all orientation dependent.
Yes.
It's other side dependent.
Now, think about that in your model, right? If you're in the north and the stars are going the opposite direction, and you're in the south and you're facing south and they're turning counterclockwise, your globe would have to be going in two directions at once, right?
They appears to. They appear to be rotating it up and
That doesn't make
counting.
any sense whatsoever. The stars are separate in motion from the Earth. They have their own motion. The sun has its own motion. They're moving. We are not the ones moving. That would be the most first
But on the
and obvious
globe,
observation.
you would be on the other side of the stars, basically. You'd be looking
You
up
understand a
in
frame
the
of
south,
reference, Luca?
looking down in the south, and up in the north. There's two completely different directions.
But the Earth is going in one direction, right? In your model, it's going east to west.
Yeah, but just like what you said with the ceiling fan, right? If you look up and down, then you'd see it rotating in different directions. That supports the globe because
Right.
you're
So if I
looking
look
up in
north-
the north and down in the
Okay,
south.
so if I look north, like I said, the stars come from my right and they go to my left. They appear to be going counterclockwise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're
Now,
looking up.
if I turn around and look at them look south, now they're going clockwise.
Yeah.
Well, now, because
And
you're looking
I
down,
didn't, and I
not
didn't
up.
move. And I didn't move. All I did was turn around.
Around.
Well, I guess it depends on how close to the crater you are when you turn around. Because
I
if
can
you're
do
like
it right
on-
here. Luca, I can do it right here in my yard. I can do it right here in my yard if I look north. Okay. If I look north, the stars are going to appear to be going clockwise, right? If I turn around, they're going to be going the other direction for me. They're going to look like they're going the other direction. They're not. Just because whether they go left to right or right to left, it doesn't change the direction they're going. It just means you change your orientation to viewing them. That's all.
Is the bell going to go off here in a minute? Ding.
Like Michael Kahn's video.
Uh-oh.
Like Michael Kahn's video. Hold on. Like Michael Kahn's video, he faces north, and then he's got cars coming from the right to the left. He crosses the road and films the other way, and they're coming from left to right, but they're still going to the same place.
But he's standing on the other side.
Orientation.
But that's
point.
on the other side. That's not simply turning around. That's standing
That's
on
the
the
it's the
same
same thing. It's the same thing.
Not
Dude, you
on a
can't get on the
globe.
other side of the stars to get a different observation. You're looking up at the sky. You're not looking at a road. He's just giving you the
I'll
idea
give you
of
an example here on Earth. I'm just looking at the road in front of you. It's the same kind of thing, same idea.
Yes, on a globe, you would be standing on the other side of the road if you're on the north compared to the south. The north is on the other side of the road compared to the south, as an analogy. So yes, you would be seeing the stars rotating in two different directions if you're standing on the other side.
So if I change from one side of the road to the other and view traffic, that means that road's a ball? What?
What? No?
Well, what the hell are you talking about then?
The hemisphere can
There's
be...
no hemisphere.
The equator
There's a demarcation
can be
line called the equator.
considered the middle of the road.
Right.
And standing on either direction of the equator, you'd see the
But
stars
still depends
rotating in two
no,
different directions
no.
compared to where you're
If I
looking.
stood in the middle of the road and traffic came at me from my right, or I turn around and face the other way and now the traffic comes from my left, the traffic is still coming from the same direction. All I did was change my orientation to it. I don't know how you don't get that, man.
They're in a path.
So simple. I mean, it's like I have to wonder sometimes if you people have ever even been alive. You know, I mean, if you ever been outside, have you ever had any real life experiences, or has everything been on a computer screen or a TV screen or something your whole life? I don't get it.
Uh-oh.
Living vicariously.
my iPad's overheating. My iPad's... it says... hold on. I have a... let's see. Wait. My iPad's a bit hot at the moment. So I'm probably gonna head off now.
All right.
It's saying
Wait,
charging...
Luca, before you go, wait 2 minutes.
Okay.
I just quickly got something for you. Let me slow it down.
It's a present.
I made it for Luca quickly. Can you see the screen?
Yeah. It's a fan.
It's a fan. Which way is it turning?
Clockwise. It's turning clockwise, yes.
Okay. So in other words, east to west. Okay?
Yes.
So left to right. Look what happens when I turn around.
Sure.
I'm going to turn around.
Still looking straight up.
What's it showing?
It's still going east to west.
So it's actually still the same direction, Luca. Do you understand?
If you're looking straight up and you turn around, you don't really change the orientation because you're still looking straight up. So, no, it wouldn't change direction.
That's what you're trying to explain to you. It's always east to west.
But we do see clockwise and anti-clockwise. If you look up at
Let me do another demonstration showing how it makes it look the other way around.
If you look up at the sky in the northern hemisphere, and then just somehow, in this analogy, in this hypothetical, walk to the other side of the globe, still looking up at the sky, you'd see the stars rotating in two different directions.
But they're still going the same direction.
At the South Pole, looking up at the sky, you'd see the stars rotating in one direction. If you don't change the orientation and look up at the North Pole, you'd see the stars rotating in the opposite direction.
No,
that doesn't work on a flat Earth.
How can
if we're not
something rotating in one direction rotate in the opposite direction?
If we're not spinning, how does that work? And if the Earth is in a globe, that wouldn't work either.
Look, how many times has it been explained, Luca?
Hey, he's never going to get it. You might as well just give up. He's never going to get it. You're just going to frustrate yourself.
That's not. I don't. How do you not get it?
What do you mean? How do I not get it? I do get it.
You're saying I don't get it.
You don't. Obviously.
You don't.
But I'm saying you don't.
Well, that's fine. You also think the stars are going from
you also we're going nowhere.
But Luca, you were also somebody who's 26 years old and doesn't know what fucking direction the sun rises from. So,
well, I did say east. So.
Well, after I finally had to drag it out of you, it should have been like your first response. It comes from the east. Boom. You know why? Because everybody knows that.
Well, I don't.
Well, now you do. I'm surprised.
Yeah, now I suppose I do.
It took you 26 years, and a person who about lives on Chat GPT didn't know until now, at 26 years old, that the sun rises in the east where you live. That's you. Are you really going to try to run that?
It does the same for everybody all over the earth, dude.
Okay, Luca.
Well, yeah,
now I'm going to show you the same fan. I'm going to show you now the same fan.
The sun never sets east. I agree with that. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to show you the same fan. Oh, I'm just going to open my desktop again.
No matter where you're on the globe, the sun never sets east.
It's the same thing on the actual Earth too.
Okay. Now remember, it's the same fan, Luca. Tell me which way it's going. Left to right.
Yeah, clockwise again. Yeah.
Okay. Now look when I turn around. Which way is it going now?
Anti-clockwise.
Weird.
I mean, still clockwise. My bad.
But it's going right to left, correct? One way is going left to right, other way is going right to left. Should I open it again for you?
What? Show it again? Yeah.
Yeah. When he's in one direction, he's going left to right. The next direction is right to left.
Okay, let me get up again.
But it's still going clockwise.
Let me show you.
How many times have we said the same point to you?
He's not getting it, guys.
That's what I said. He's not ever going to get it.
So
look which way it's going.
No, hold on, wait.
Clockwise,
I'm going to hold him to his standard too.
Well, that's counterclockwise. That's anti-clockwise, dude.
No,
okay, look. No, that's clockwise.
No, that's clockwise.
Yeah, it's clockwise.
Turn around.
It's still going clockwise.
But now it's going from your right shoulder to your left shoulder, correct?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's from your left shoulder to your right shoulder, correct?
Yeah.
This is exactly as we see the stars, Luca.
Wait, no,
That's why we're
no.
telling you, when you say it goes clockwise and anti-clockwise, it's not how it is in reality. This is how it is in reality.
What?
Luca.
No, it's no. The stars
Yes.
go
It
clockwise and
always goes the
anti-clockwise.
same way, Luca.
But the
It only
stars.
appears to look differently from right to left or left to right, but it still always goes clockwise.
It's orientation.
But we visibly see them appear to go anti-clockwise and clockwise.
Visibly seeing the damn fan too, man. What the heck?
But that's the fan's always going clockwise, no matter which direction you stand.
You tell me stars change the direction.
Stars also go only clockwise.
But they don't, though.
They do.
Oh my
Luca.
goodness!
We see them appear to. Hold on.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. You're so confident about this. I'm starting to doubt myself. Hold on, give me a sec. I'm gonna look this
You
up.
should. You should be doubting yourself because you're like really wrong.
I'm missing Cupcake already.
No, I'm on in an hour as well.
What happened to Sean? I thought he was gonna cut a big
Then
old
he ran
hole
away.
and be a big warrior and come on here. I guess he got scared.
Warrior.
No, he ran
Sean's a
away.
warrior? Yeah. I wouldn't want him on my side. He'd be running off and telling everybody all kinds of lies about me.
Trying to see if I can find an old video somewhere.
Okay, so I have located it. So, in the northern hemisphere, the stars appear to rotate counterclockwise around the north-south polaris. In the southern hemisphere, the stars appear to rotate clockwise around the south celestial pole near the
Oh, my
star's
word.
big.
It's exactly like I was explaining with the
So-
fan now, Luca.
So clockwise and counterclockwise.
No.
It's just your orientation.
And only appears to rotate clockwise.
Orientation.
That's why they say appear. They don't say they actually rotate that direction.
Yeah. Because we're rotating. Stars aren't rotating. We are rotating. That's
No,
why
we're
they're
not.
not rotating.
Has
Rotating.
Earth rotation ever been proven, Luca?
Where'd you get that idea? Oh, again, you were told that. You really have a unwarranted high value to academia. That's amazing.
And demonstration only showed it appeared to rotate clockwise.
No, it's
Do you
never
agree with that?
rotated.
The fan
They've
rotated
never
to
gone the other
clockwise
way.
always.
They never go the other way, Luca. Ever.
Do you agree that the fan that Flatzoid showed rotated clockwise only in the
Yes,
video?
just like the stars.
No, but I messaged in private chat so I wouldn't forget it. So, in the northern hemisphere, the stars appear to rotate counterclockwise. In the southern hemisphere, the stars appear to rotate clockwise.
What?
The fan only rotated clockwise. It didn't rotate counterclockwise.
The stars don't go counterclockwise either. They just go from your
They
other
appear
direction.
to be.
If you're
They
looking
appear to.
south, hey, fool, if you're looking south, they're going to go from your left to your right. If you're looking north, they're going to go from your right to your left. I don't care where you're at in the world. That's how they're going to go.
Hey, Flash, do you got two ceiling fans next to each other you can demonstrate this with?
Unfortunately not. I'm trying to look for a video that Mr. Sensible actually did.
Ooh, I was looking at him like 2 days ago. He's got a lot of...
Trying to find a video. damn, his video thumbnails are so bad. You don't know what the hell you're looking at, and his
Can
titles
you
aren't.
find a video?
So how do you know which video to look for?
Can you? Yeah, do that. Yeah, can you find a video of stars rotating in the north and south for me? Like a person recording the stars rotation?
Is it this one?
I think that would be pretty definitive. Like, find someone looking at Polaris, and find someone looking at Octantis, and
And you got to put them
see
side
how the
by
sun.
side and watch them go the same direction, dude.
One will rotate counterclockwise, the other will rotate clockwise.
They're still going east to west, dude. You're not listening. Imagine standing under both poles and looking across at each one of them. When the stars pass each other, they're going in the same direction.
And then, if you,
Following
of
here.
course, if you stand on the equator, the stars will just appear to be streaking above you.
Yeah, you're understanding it. You're getting there. Close.
Battery low.
Battery low. Whose battery's low?
That's my battery on my speakers.
It
Hey,
says
Anish, what's up?
my iPad
Hello,
says
guys. How are you?
my iPad's under charge, and it says charging will resume when hold on. It says charging will resume when iPad returns to normal temperature, which means it's a bit overheating at the moment.
Yeah, that's Restream doing it to you.
Yeah, so I might leave before it starts to damage it or something.
I stick mine in the fridge for a minute. It'll cool it off. I'm serious. It's not a joke. It works.
Oh.
Yeah. You can't talk on it while you're in the fridge, though.
If fair enough. If well, yeah, but if the sun, would you agree that if the sun doesn't set, if the sun doesn't set, then well, you that do you? Well, first of all, do you subscribe to the Gleason's map?
Do I subscribe to it? No, I've looked at one and I've used it. I use an air age map too. It's a lot more accurate for land masses.
Oh, well, what about you, Flatzoid? Do you use the Gleason's
Sorry?
map or no? Do you? What do you think of the
Gleason's map is
Gleason's
valid. I think it's valid given the coordinates that we have to have. It's a sun calculator. You realize,
well,
right?
if the sun, would you agree
Hold
that
on,
if the
listen to me.
sun doesn't set, then you can't use that map anymore?
Well, no, because the
Why?
sun is going to set. Okay, that's the reality.
That's why I said if.
Well,
I posed a
there again,
hypothetical.
where if the sun doesn't set, what that's going to mean is that there is some kind of an anomaly that we don't understand about the sun, or that there's been some fuckery afoot. Okay. So if you ever been to if you ever hold on, listen, let me ask you something. Have you ever seen a Pink Floyd concert?
No.
They have an awesome light show, right? It's the most awesome light show you ever want to see at a rock concert, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? It has absolutely nothing to do with the music that's being played or whether those people's instruments are in tune.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this false dichotomy that's being presented about a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. No, the globe people need that. That's why they lied. There is no 24-hour sun in Antarctica. Okay. The Gleason's map is still a valid sun calculation map. It's not a navigational map. And unfortunately, I had to use globe coordinates that are specifically laid out. In order to be able to have a map published, you have to go by these coordinates. All right. So we're still, once again, relegated to the maps that we are given. Regardless of Duffy the scammer and the rest of those miscreants that went down to Antarctica, if indeed they went, did not stop the usage of the azimuthal equidistant map by anyone. In fact, it's still being used right now as we speak. So I don't know what you know, if you're wanting to come up with a new map, then I suggest that you go out and make a new map. Otherwise, just like us, you're relegated to the same maps that we have been given. Now, I wouldn't suggest using a Mercator map because the Mercator projection is really bad. It really is. It's bad.
I'm gonna see if I can find videos of star rotation in the northern and southern hemisphere.
All right.
And by the way,
once again, Luca, the light show does not have anything to do with David Gilmour's guitar. Okay?
That's up. Yeah.
Right? Okay?
Okay.
So, again, it doesn't fucking matter. You still need to, in order to have your globe, you must reconcile the physical impossibilities imposed by that belief using the scientific method.
And that the impossibilities you say are gas pressure without container.
That's a big one. That's a big one. Any kind of a fluid pressure system without physical containment.
And the vacuum
fluid too.
of space.
And well, I don't care, anywhere, right here on Earth, create a fluid pressure system without physical containment. Yeah.
I can form a partial vacuum, and that would stop water from flowing out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see it done. See if you can, because as soon as the water comes in contact with a vacuum, it's not going to be water anymore.
It'll gas out. Yeah.
Okay, I can't find what I was looking for, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look for videos to show you where the sun's rotation in the northern and southern hemisphere are counterclockwise and clockwise.
Well, all you got to do,
same direction.
Luca, all you got to do tonight is go out with your own video camera. Tonight, you're in the southern hemisphere.
I am,
right?
yeah.
Okay. Shoot a video with your camera pointed north. Your camera pointed
then
north.
I'll be looking in the northern
And then which way will the stars go?
Okay, I'm going to point this, going to bring this up for
you. If I were to shoot a video from the from the southern hemisphere to the northern hemisphere, because I'm quite close, I'm like right at the equator or something. Like
okay, yeah, look at this, Luca. Okay.
That's at the equator.
Equator?
Uh-huh.
Let's say north, let's say south. Do you see they're all going from the horizon up and above, correct?
Uh-huh. The equator is a straight line, basically, yeah?
Okay. These are going up. These are going up. These are going up.
Oh, look. Wait a minute. One is going clockwise and the other's going counterclockwise.
They go exactly the same direction, Luca. Can you think in three dimensions for once?
I see one's curving to the left, and one's curving to the right.
One curves to the left, correct?
Yeah.
The right one
but
curves.
They all go in the same direction.
That's a still shot.
Yeah, they're still going from the horizon up, right?
Horizon to horizon.
Looking east.
That's why I wanted a video to show them rotation.
Looking east. It's looking east. All the stars are coming up from the east.
Imagine you are looking at the car and its tire. So would you think that the tire on the left-hand side is going clockwise and on the right-hand side anti-clockwise? No. exactly the same and going the same direction. It's very simple.
Luca?
It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
What's up?
All coming up from the horizon, equate
Uh-huh.
to going from feet to head. The north and the south going from feet to head, but one seeming to go to the right, one seeming to go to the left. Correct?
Yeah.
They're still going in the same direction, east to west. Remember, this is in a three-dimensional world, Luca.
Well, yeah.
It's only appearing to go in the opposite direction. It doesn't actually go in the opposite direction. Do you understand this? Trying to make this as simple as possible for you.
Well, yeah, I did say they appear to go in the opposite direction because we are the ones that are rotating.
So there's no clockwise and anti-clockwise.
Why? There is though.
No.
No. You have to think of it in a ball like that.
You think it's
If you could have a video of the stars, we'd see them rotating counterclockwise and anti-clockwise.
Okay, let me place it this way.
Clockwise and counter.
Okay, let's place it this way, Luca. On a flat Earth, can it have the same star rotations due to a firmament?
No.
Yes. The answer is yes.
Why can it be yes?
Because a dome would be a hemisphere.
Yeah, a dome would be a hemisphere shape.
So if the stars follow their hemisphere shape, it will do exactly the same as you standing on your hemispherical sphere observing, correct? Because you only observe 180 degrees on your sphere.
What did you say? They're placed here on the sphere? What?
In other words, the stars moving doesn't either prove flat or globe. It gives exactly the same observation. The only difference is you guys claim the Earth is moving, where we claim the sky is moving. It's exactly the same observation.
But if the sky's moving, it would be it would be going in the same direction no matter where you are.
Okay.
And what about your orientation? Wow.
It's just a perception. When you're in the
But
car,
if you look up at the
listen,
sky, and the sky is the one that's moving.
When
you're
you
not
are
always
in the car,
center. You're not always in the bloody center. But you know what I mean? You're just looking at it two-dimensionally.
Maybe you could do it on whiteboard. Like, show me how it would work on a whiteboard.
So we've done it many times on a whiteboard.
look, you have to get your head around those basic things. If you can't grasp it, there's no point to explain to you. It's really very basic. It's not really.
Well, I'm trying to understand what you guys are saying.
You're trying to understand to the
Like,
to
how
the
are you
prism
reaching that
to
conclusion?
the prism of globe. That's where the problem is, because you are trying to implement all of this knowledge to the globe model. It doesn't work.
Exactly. Think about you didn't have any knowledge of flat or just flat or globe. You're just looking at the sky. Think of it that way.
Yeah.
No flat, no globe. Look at the sky. Then just think of orientation, stuff like that. You're thinking from a globe point of view. You've always got the globe indoctrination in the back of your head. So you're trying to understand it from that thinking.
The hypothesis, if I didn't know whether or not it was flat or globe, I'd get two hypotheses, right?
I'm not on about doing a scientific experiment.
Like one would be that the sky is moving.
Exercise. It was
What?
a thought exercise.
No, you are not honest now, because you're going to say that you are moving. The globe is moving.
Well, yeah. Well, that's one hypothesis
that's not
you
honest.
could make.
No sane person observing that from the Earth would make this claim that you must be moving. No one. with the straight mind.
That's a hypothesis. It's not a must. It's a hypothesis.
No one would even come with this kind of conclusion, because what you observe is totally opposite to the second point, which you are claiming that will be second hypothesis. No, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't go this way. Never.
Well, obviously someone did, because someone did come to
that's why
hypothesis.
we tell you are trying to implement your thoughts on the things we are telling you to the globe model. That's why you should get rid of it.
Okay,
Then
let's put it this way,
mind.
Luca, have you ever been to a planetarium before?
Yeah, I think once.
Are they able to show this exact same type of observation in a planetarium?
No.
Yes.
You should go to planetarium and check it yourself.
Why?
They can.
Well, I guess if they.
When I went to the planetarium, they were able to
screens and
show me this exact same thing that you just said you can't see.
I guess projectors would be used in a planetarium to
The planetarium has a flat
simulate
base,
the stars
and it
rotating. in
uses a
different directions.
dome for projection.
Yeah, projectors.
They
yeah.
actually
Because
move
it
the
works on
stars.
hemispherical observation. Do you understand when you observe things
Just
on
to-
Earth, you look at a hemispherical observation? In other words, a half a sphere.
What? No. What?
You
How
don't
do
see 300. You
how do
don't
you
see
look at-
around a sphere. In other words, you only see 180 degrees.
Well, yeah, you'd see as far as you'd see. Yeah, I think I understood that. Yeah.
Okay.
Who is Test?
I don't know. Who's Test? Hi, Test. How are you doing, Test? Gonna keep you in the back room though, because I don't know you. Can you speak, Test? Because Test just come in here and starts insulting us in the back chat.
I know.
Is that to me?
Bring him
or...
for 1 minute. If he speaks, keep him. If he
Well,
doesn't,
Tess
take
could
him
be
back.
saying that to me.
No, he's saying the panel.
Oh, okay.
So we're waiting, Test.
You're probably.
Go ahead, say something, dude.
Who
Oh,
really gives
sure.
a shit what they say? Who is this person, anyways? I mean,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so
Luca,
he
I
just
put a
confirmed
thing-
that it's
I
not
put
me.
a thing.
Yeah. Okay.
A link back.
He is saying that to
Wait,
you.
Luca.
Yeah.
I put a link back in the back chat. It's a little thing on the driving versus traveling thing. How the Supreme Court has ruled it.
All right, I'll have a look.
Dude, I want to kick him out now, dude. I really do.
I already did kick him out.
Good.
He came back.
Kick him out again. Just keep kicking him out. You'll get tired. Ban him.
I don't think they've ever proven the rotation of the Earth with any kind of experiments that they've even tried with light.
They tried, they
wind.
failed, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is for Luca. How a planetarium work. It projects images of stars, planets, and other celestial bodies onto a domed ceiling.
Oh,
Okay.
You get it?
Yes, they use projectors to project the stars onto a dome ceiling. Yes,
See, there
they
we go.
do that in planetariums. Yeah.
So, do you understand that explains flat Earth easily? Because it gives exactly the same observation?
If you're, but the planet, but the monitors like move that they have moving stars. They project moving stars onto the dome.
Yes, exactly. Like
Moving
we
stars.
say on the flat Earth.
Hey,
all right.
Brilliant.
Dawn breaks on Thunderhead.
Okay.
You understand? The only difference is we say that stars move, you guys say we move.
yeah, it's the same observation.
Same observation.
But the difference is the planetarium makes the stars like they project moving stars onto the dome.
Yes.
Does a planetarium demonstrate the same observation you observe on Earth?
They attempt to, yeah.
Great. And what shape is a planetarium?
A sphere.
No.
Well,
No.
a hemisphere or something.
Yes.
Well done. Hemisphere. Like flat Earth.
But where's the hemisphere on a flat Earth?
The
There isn't
dome. The flat Earth and the dome.
The
Yeah.
dome?
The sphere.
But you'd first have to prove the existence of the dome to claim
No,
it.
Already did. What do you think you're looking at when you look up in the sky?
The sky?
Yeah. What do you think
Yeah.
you're seeing?
What do you mean?
Oh, like at night when you look up at the sky. What do you think
Stars?
you're seeing? Stars, right? And what do you think
Yeah.
that is? Where do you think they're at?
In space, light
Why
years
would
away?
you think they're in space?
Because that's what I've been told.
Well,
Exactly. That's what I've been told.
What I didn't ask you what you were told. I said, what would make you think that they're in space?
Well, nothing really.
That's right. So what you're seeing, and what's it say in the Bible? It says that they're in the firmament, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So think about this. Think about this. If you had, just for shits and giggles, if you had like a glass bowl, right? And then you had embedded in that glass some little lights, and then you rotate that little bowl around, right?
Okay, then I'll ask this. What causes? What reason do the stars move? Like, for what reason do the
That's what
stars
God
move?
made them do, man.
So they're just moving
What's it say in the Bible? Why they're
because
stars?
God made them
What's the
move.
purpose of those luminaries?
For times and seasons.
There you go. So they're
So
for
they're
us.
just moving with no force. God's just
Well, I
making
don't
them
know
move.
what the force is. Just because we don't know something doesn't mean it isn't happening.
I agree.
Right?
Just
The fact
because we
of the
don't know
matter is,
something
though,
doesn't mean we can't explain it.
Hold
That
on.
the
The fact of
alternative
the
is-
matter is, Luca, you would not have a dynamic fluid pressure system such as we live in without physical containment. Never.
You can't have. We can't have. What? You can't
You cannot have a dynamic fluid pressure system or any kind of a fluid pressure system without physical containment. Whether it be dynamic or static, it cannot exist without physical containment.
Mm-hmm.
Can just for a quick thing, just for like a few seconds, can you let Test in?
No.
We have. He doesn't want to talk. He refuses.
Oh.
Well, now he can't come in anymore.
He's here to bloody just probably porn bomb or something. He's just here to troll.
Well, he can't come in anymore.
Oh.
See? Poor guy gave Zoid and his fat kids.
See,
That's
why
the
would you
kind of
let that
message
in?
he sends
Why
me.
would you want to let that in, Luca?
Okay,
I
never
wouldn't.
mind.
And I
Okay,
can
fair
speak
enough.
English, I think, some point
Yeah,
in time.
that's
I'm
fair.
doing it right
He
now.
can't come in anymore. Sorry, Test. Try coming in again. Let's see if you're going to get it right.
You
Why would
banned
you
him.
invite someone who is just trying to
No, I
insult
didn't ban
you know?
him. He can't come
No.
in.
I know what you've done.
Hey, Ryan.
I know what you've done.
I'm back.
Wait, what
My
did
elect-
they do?
Well, you've not got to say, all right, off.
Oh, right. People get around
Oh.
that. Fair enough.
There we go. Just for you guys in here if you do get kicked off.
Well, thanks.
Well, I've got to go soon anyway because my stream got to start in 20 minutes, 24 minutes.
Well, we actually went over our time today again.
Uh-oh.
How dare you? What's wrong with you?
And we didn't. I see you actually changed the topic.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, well,
Oh, you changed the. I see. You changed the URL.
Yeah, we'll do the part 2 of that Not a debunk, probably.
Where'd
Do
you
you
come
want-
up with that title? I mean, fake TFE? No.
Do you want that link for Norbert, who did a thing? He calls out. It's about a month ago. He's a heliocentric dude. He doesn't believe in flat Earth either. But he's called out not a Professor Dave for being toxic as hell.
Oh, not a Professor Dave.
Yeah, not a Professor Dave. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Well, he is a professor. Because he's a professor. He's a professor.
Oh no, he admits he's not a professor though, doesn't he?
Yeah, I know. But I mean, with your name like that, it makes people automatically think that you are intelligent.
Can't hear you, Ryan. It's clipping in and out.
You're cutting off, dude. His power went out, so he's had problems. Yeah.
Here's the link. Yeah, I'm going to do it as a stream. It's sometime this week, but it's an hour long, so like it'd probably take a couple of days to do. But yeah, there's a link in private.
Yeah. Just because you say it in chat, saying there is a 24-hour sun, doesn't convince me because it's been filmed. God.
No shit.
Yeah, some clips. He actually used to like Professor Dave. He liked his information, but he sees how toxic he is. Well, have you clicked on that link? Have you, Luca?
Yeah, I've got it up.
Yeah. Cool. It's a month old. It's a month old, like, but.
Huh. Are you gonna do a show on it, PJ?
Yeah, sometime this week. But the link's there for Andy. Do anything on it as well. It's up to them. Oh yeah, Vicky's just saying she's done a video. She's done a response to the video she was being called a hypocrite for not doing. So she's done a video. Harry and Ryan's done a video. The link's in my thing for later on. So I'll. But yeah, she just asked me to let you guys and people know in this chat that she's done a video. Harry and Ryan's done a video on something on something that she was called a hypocrite for not doing. So they've done a video on it.
Nice. Yeah, I watched part of it. I ain't watched all of it yet.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was a blooming. I knew she was doing a video, but I didn't know it was a premiere, and it was on. It was on. So I got the end of it, but I couldn't have the volume up. No, I'll have to watch it tomorrow because I'm going live.
Well, appreciate you guys coming on. That was a nice chat. But yeah, I still keep with the same opinion that TFE was faked.
Yeah.
I haven't had any evidence to show otherwise.
No.
There's just too much contradictions going on and too much double speaking and dishonesty.
That's it. That's it.
If they were just going to straight up do it, they would have did the live stream. You know it. That would have been simple.
I wish I could find where at a stage I had a link to get the webcam footage of the day, but I just can't get it anymore. I've been looking everywhere now.
That was Ryan, I think. Luca just dropped out too.
Yeah, Luca said no, it's he left. But yeah, thanks guys. Yeah.
I want to say one thing. I think it's on this level. It's a social thing when it comes to when they say, "I feel sorry for your kids," because we don't believe in the model they believe in. That what they push. That they're going to make it hard.
Yeah, they're just bigots. That's all they are. Yeah. They don't understand that people don't have to believe the same BS that they believe in.
Yeah, it's very simple. Once when you see the truth, you cannot back to the lie. It's impossible.
That's right. That's why I don't believe that dude that came in the other day that he was a flat earther.
No, I don't believe it's a flat earther.
We caught him out. We caught him out in a load of stuff.
Because the way he was talking was not flat earther vibes. And this is exactly the same we were telling about Jonathan Mariandy. Because the things he was saying, the type of words he was saying, and what he was saying was not flat earth based. It was You have a certain language. Flat earthers have a certain language how they talk,
Right.
and no.
Yeah, he'd been back to the globe 2 weeks, and he was right in there like a, you know what I mean, a proper.
Yeah, but think about it. Like we ask him, okay, so you were a flat earther for how many years now? Your argument is, look at this flight path that you claim goes through the firmament, so therefore I'm not a flat earth anymore. And then he shows it not going through the firmament, not even close.
That's weird.
And his answer was, no, I don't trust Duffy, but I do trust Duffy. And Duffy brought the video out, so therefore I'm now not a flat earth anymore.
Yeah.
No, I think he was sent by Duffy to act like the exodus of flat earthers.
Of course he was.
Right.
And I do think I've seen Davio somewhere before, and he was not a flat earther when I saw him. So he was lying.
Yep. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's all
I'm
an
thinking-
agenda, guys.
Thinking of Grazer Sapien and his flight he wanted to take and he never got to do it. That was so sad.
It's pretty fun, you know. Globbers are all the time asking questions, trying to water down the subject. You have to provide evidence for your claims. Curved water, gas pressured gas without container. You don't have it. You don't. So where is the curvature? There is no. So if you want to provide evidence for those three, you can ask 1,000 questions. Doesn't matter.
Exactly. Yeah. I guess that's it then. You guys having shows later?
Yeah, I'm going on in 3/4 of an hour now. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be on around 11:30 or so.
Yeah, so I was switching off, you know. I needed to go. It was the last night show. I was freaking falling asleep. It was 6 o'clock or something from me, you know.
And you, Sov?
No, not tonight. I was on last night. We were going to watch probably some movies. We're going to go out to the Mexican restaurant here in a little while and then, I don't know, play it by ear.
Oh, yeah, by the way, guys, it's 5 more days and I turn another year.
Oh, my God.
I know. I'm becoming older every day.
This has been, I can't believe we're already in June.
I know.
It's already half year. You know what? Today I have switched on the clock and checked the seconds how they're going. That's freaking fast.
Yeah.
Just check yourself. The timer, you know how it goes. Times really speeds up. I don't know if it's just my perception or it really goes faster.
No, it is going fast.
Yeah,
man, I'm telling
it's
you.
like a tick, 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 tick. What the fuck?
Yeah, I was like that too. I'm like, wait a minute.
You used to be able to blink in a second. You know what I mean? A couple of times.
Yeah. Now it's really like a freaking 25%, 30% faster. What's going on? End times?
Yes, I think so. I do think so. It's about time.
Yeah.
Indeed. Before it was like a 1, 2, 3, and now it's just tick, 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 tick. For fuck's sake.
Yeah, it's too much. It's going too fast. I can't deal with it.
Someone, I remember before mentioned about the candles, which they are specially designed to burn for exactly 24 hours. And now when 24 hours is gone, the candle is still around 30% left. So,
I wonder if an egg timer.
Well, there's these monks, I think, in China that they have been making these candles that burn exactly 24 hours.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And now they burn up to where it would be 18 hours.
Wow.
Something like
Weird.
that.
You know? So it's
That's an
and
odd-
they haven't changed the way they're making them or anything like that. So
I wonder if an egg timer would be accurate. No, the sand ones. Sand egg timers.
Huh.
I don't know at that rate. I mean, the Earth would have to be spinning a lot faster.
But we don't feel it. We should, if it's going faster, you know. We should be feeling that. Okay, we are moving faster or whatever. We don't. Never did.
Well, I'm thinking of the physics behind that. What would cause that to happen? That's a strange phenomenon.
If you're in the car and it's starting to accelerating, do you feel it? Of course you do.
Is it in Daniel that it says that he'd be given the authority to change the time and the laws and the written word and shit? And I think we're seeing it. I mean, the speeding up of time, the Mandela effect. I mean, all this crap. It's like, oh, I think it's happening, man.
Buckle up.
Buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy ass ride, boy.
Buckle your seatbelt, Dorothy, because Kansas is coming bye-bye.
Right?
Where'd you get that quote from, PJ? I don't know.
Matrix, maybe.
Well, I think it was Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel. Yeah.
2:20.
The Antichrist will try to change times. In other words, or a certain somebody will attempt to change times in the end time. Anyway, guys, I gotta go. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you all. Make sure to get PJ just now and Roger later. And it was good seeing you guys again. Thank you all for coming. Hit the likes if you haven't already. Share the show. We definitely can do more on TFE and stuff. Again, obviously, we're just waiting for the mockumentary to come out someday.
Yeah. Okay.
Mockumentary.
Yeah.
When is it supposed to come out?
It should have come out in April. Remember?
Oh, and so it's not out yet, though.
Which year?
April of when? No, April of 2029.
I think they're waiting for Jesus to return before they try.
I don't know, man.
Maybe they had some issues because they faked it and they trying to figure out how to change it to get it to look like it's not faked. I don't know. You never know. Maybe some of their footage doesn't collaborate with what they were saying before or showing live. You don't know.
Or matching any of their claims, for that matter. Yeah.
The more they will play with it, the more they will expose themselves.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, if you look at crimes specifically, they're always, if you think the people that usually think they're very smart and they're covering up anything, there's always one specific detail they always miss because they're hypersensitive to make everything so perfect that they slip up somewhere.
Yep.
Maybe they're patching all the cracks. That's what they're doing right now.
There is no perfect game.
That turd more.
They would have to be really very, very intelligent. They are not, so we can't count on it. They won't slip out.
And remember, the sun set.
Well,
I don't remember when.
Copium just decided to get a ban on my channel. Thank you.
Okay.
You've crossed the line on your. He's crossed the line. Bye-bye.
Yeah, that did it.
Oh my.
Yeah, very good.
Oh my goodness.
So, yeah, guys.
You just ban them. That's it.
Yeah.
When you cross the line, it's you asking for it. As simple as that. Okay. Well, thanks for coming, guys. Again, many blessings. See you guys tomorrow. May the pressure be with you.
Nice.
Hit the lights.